Round one, fight!
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Tournament Fights Battles, our spin-off series. This is episode number 3. Tonight we're going to be talking about our favorite bands of all time. As you can tell, I got my favorite on my shirt here, and yeah, we got a pretty stacked cast. I'm excited to rock this thing tonight. So we got music from all different genres, though. We got a little bit of rock, a little bit of countries. We got some rap. We got even some composers on the list. So it should be a pretty fun mix of music to talk about. So I'll go ahead and I'll introduce our panel for tonight. We have my co-host for tonight. We have Austin Pez. How's it going?
What's up, buddy? And the words of the great Jack Black from School of Rock, let's get rocking.
Yeah. All right. And then we have a couple of returning guests in the house tonight. We have Jacob Barber. How's it going?
It's going. I'm excited to see all of my picks get booted out in the first round.
Right? That's kind of how I feel, too, so we'll see.
Well, I mean, it's not our fault if you chose a bunch of shitty bands.
Yeah, right?
Well, I don't think I did.
Yeah, right.
We'll see.
We'll see what everyone else has to say.
It's the Taylor Swift pick I'm worried about.
Yeah, right. No, we're a little bit about
Beyonce had one of the greatest albums of all time, Jacob, okay? We can't vote for Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. I think Kanye would be upset with us if we did, right? Yeah, but we have another returning guest on the panel. We have Steven Shepard. How's it going?
It's going well. I'm not a huge music person, but there's stuff I like. So
Yeah.
A few things.
And then we have a second time returning guest on here, Billy Pollihan. How's it going?
Hey guys, I'm just here.
Nice. Well, as you guys know, for Tournament Fights Battles, we have 4 of us that are only able to submit. So Billy, unfortunately, he gets to be the spectator for tonight, so he gets to critique and judge all of our picks. He didn't get to submit any, but you can be as harsh or as easy as you want as we go through this thing. So
Cool.
Should be fun. Yeah. So, but Austin, if you kind of want to break down how it's going to work, and then I'll bring up the tournament bracket here. Yeah,
so basically how it is in Tournament Fights, we have 64 items that we throw into a randomized March Madness bracket. And in this case of Tournament Fights Battles, it wasn't just a list of random 64 things, because obviously we couldn't take just any 64 bands or singers or musicians. That would be way too hard to whittle down from the thousands and thousands that exist out there. But here on Battles, we had myself, Jordan, Jacob, and Steven all submit our top 16 of our favorites, whether it be rappers, bands, singers, composers, whatever the case may be. Put them in there, had a few alternates just in case of crossovers, and they all got thrown in the bracket. We're going to see who comes out on top. We've got a whole bunch of battles to get through, but we'll see which one emerges as champion as we get going here. So what we'll do is we'll start at the bottom of the ladder, at the first fight. So Billy will be the very first, spectator vote will be the very first vote in the first round. It'll rotate. So then Steven will be the first vote, then Jacob will be first vote, et cetera, et cetera. And we'll work our way to a champion.
Yeah, and you can vote for any reason whatsoever. You can vote because you can't stand one of the bands. You can vote because one's your favorite. You can vote just because you don't like the way that the logo looks. You can vote for literally any reason. So
and some of these I might be voting against them. If I have to hear one of their songs every day at work, I will vote against them. So that's one of the reasons as well. Literally, not even a fault of the band, just a fault of music.
Yeah, the fault of your work for playing that playlist, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But yeah,
see what happens.
Go ahead and reveal the first matchup here. We have Skillet going up against Sum 41 here. So we'll say that Sum 41's my pick. but who
Okay.
had Skillet?
That would be me.
Ah.
All right, you can talk about it a little more when we get to you. So normally we give everyone about 30 seconds, but if it's your pick for your band when it comes to you, you can talk a little more if you would like to. So
We'll
but
get the pleasantries out of the way, and then we'll plow through those inner brackets once we've kind of said our piece about each band, kind of in this opening.
yeah, so Billy, you get the first vote. Who you gonna go with?
Sum 41, just for
Yeah.
Fat Lip. That's it.
Yes.
That's my argument.
All right. Yeah. That sounds good. Steven, what you got?
I'm looking through list of songs from both of them, and it's hard because I don't know if I've heard any of these songs, like if I've heard these songs or not, because some of them have like generic titles that a lot of songs are named from. Like how
Yeah,
many
it's okay.
songs?
We'll go ahead and just play a full album from each one, and then we'll get your vote in about an hour.
Yeah, right.
And then we'll keep going.
Let's see if we don't get a copyright strike.
I guess the Sum 41. Those eyes, they look kind of cool.
yeah, right.
Hey, it's a perfectly good reason to vote.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go for that.
Sure.
For the puppet master there, but Jacob.
Well, I'm gonna go Skillet here because they're my pick. I absolutely love Skillet. I think they're one of the greatest rock bands of the last 20 years, in my personal opinion. Mainly because I've seen them live twice, and their shows are absolutely phenomenal. Like, they just hype the crowd up so much. Their heavy songs, you can really get into it, but they have songs that can really, they tone it down, and they just have such a wide range. And I know Sum 41 does too. I love Sum 41. I think they're a great band, but like I have such a personal connection to Skillet as well. So Skillet's got my vote.
Yeah. Austin.
I'm tempted to vote against Sum 41 just for that, A, the horrendous Ghostbusters song that they put out when that movie came out, and B, that horrible song they did with that Munsters theme mixed into the middle, because those are both horrendous. But
I don't think that Sum 41 did the Ghostbusters one, did they?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, they did.
I
And that's
think I
was that Fall Out Boy?
Yeah,
that was fun.
Yeah.
Fall Out Boy. Oh, good. If they're on the list, I'll hate them even more.
I'll
hate them even more
too. So
But I was gonna say the Fat Lip album from Sum 41 was one of my favorite high school albums, so I'll vote for Sum 41.
I think I remember actually if you said something about mixing the Munsters theme song. I think I might have heard that actually.
That's also Fall Out Boy.
Yeah. It's also
Good.
Fall Out Boy.
I hate Fall Out. Well, I hate Fall Out Boy. So if anybody put them on the list, fuck them.
No, like, no. Sum 41's nothing like Fall Out Boy. Like, I'll tell you that. Like, they're way better. But yeah. So like, I've seen both of these bands in a concert. So I used to have this job setting up for like major concerts when I lived over in the Seattle area. We set up for this big Christian concert, like sort of like mini festival thing. It's called Winter Jam. So we
Yep.
But we got to set up for like a lot of really awesome bands. We got to see Skillet perform, and then I went to Winter Jam previously, and when I lived in Idaho, so I got to see them there too. And like, they put on an amazing show. Like, they're just shooting out fire. And the one that I saw, they had all this mechanical stuff in the background that like look really cool. There's some pretty awesome set pieces. And Sum 41 though is just a band that I grew up with. Like there's Fat Lip and then like In Too Deep, that song's played a lot in like Malcolm in the Middle and stuff like that. But then there's also like the Hell song, and then there's even like a lot of their newer stuff too is like really really good. That I think both of these bands are bands have gotten better with age. Like they just keep putting out better and better stuff. But I got to go with my heart, and the one that I picked and that I grew up with. I got to go with Sum 41. So yes.
All right.
That's some 41.
41's going to move on.
0 for 1.
Hang on a minute. This is being kind of picky. Let's see. There we go. Earlier, this whole website was freezing on me, so I hope that doesn't happen. But coming up next, we got Tupac going up against John Williams. So,
oh boy,
on the list. So, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Two total opposites, but and I'll say Tupac. Tupac was my pick. I believe that John Williams was your pick, Steven, right?
Yep. Yeah. I'm not really a big fan of hip hop and rap, so I'll stick with my choice. John Williams has done some of the best music and movies of all time. My favorite being his Superman theme, I think, is definitely my favorite. Plus, Jaws and the Indiana Jones theme is another favorite of mine, and E.T. and his Star Wars stuff, and I think his work in Hook is another really, really great one, and he did like the Harry Potter theme, and so yeah, I'm gonna go with my pick, John Williams.
All right, well, Jacob,
I'm gonna go Tupac here. I think he is, even to this day, still he's one of the greatest of all time. He is fantastic lyrically. He's one of the best. He had those hardcore, but then he had those heartfelt songs as well. He could do it all. I'm gonna go Tupac.
Yeah. Austin?
Man, this is legitimately kind of tough because John Williams is the GOAT and Tupac is awesome.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with Tupac only because I don't foresee a lot of hip-hop people making it through. Some of my picks are hip-hop. So I'm going to go with Tupac and maybe give him a chance.
Yeah. This one's tougher than I would have thought, too, because, like John Williams is the GOAT when it comes to composers. So if we were just doing strictly composers, he'd be a heavy favorite to probably win this thing. But we're a huge old school rap fan. I actually don't really even like a lot of newer rap and hip hop artists. They're just not really my style. Especially if it's mumble rap, and anything mumble rap, it's get it out of here. I can't stand that stuff. But Tupac, just like Me Against the World was a big song for me. Growing up, and then Keep Your Head Up. You got Only God Can Judge. Even California
Hail
Love.
Mary.
Yep. Yeah.
Now, do you want to ride or die? La da 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 da.
And Tupac's one of the singers that you may not remember every single song off the top of your head, but once one of them starts playing, you just instantly recognize it and you start singing along, So I got to go Tupac.
I will say though, I liked the few movies he did. I liked him as an actor.
Oh yeah. He's been in a few of them. Billy, what do you think?
This is legitimately tough because I like both. But for me, if I have to critique John Williams on anything, is that a lot of his scores are very similar. They're great.
I think you can see that about every composer, though.
You could say that about every Spielberg movie at this point. And, it's not bad, but, you can kind of get a feel of, the whimsy and stuff. Again, which is why he always works with Spielberg. Tupac, He's done a good variety of stuff. If you actually look into his music, he has with rap and hip hop and everything, he was more than just a composer. He was an actor as well. He was also a dancer, and he was really good at all three of those things. And it's unfortunate that his life was cut short, but that's tragic. That's what happens sometimes in life. And as much as I love John Williams and I grew up with his music, I'm going to go Tupac. I never thought I would say that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I kind of
Well,
feel
4
like
to 1 for Tupac.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Good. Yeah.
I kind of feel like that if Tupac was still alive today, like we maybe have like another 10 albums or something by him. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
he would have made a ton of stuff.
yeah, like
Mhm.
he's one of those guys that's like probably would have been in it for life. So yeah.
Mhm.
So Tupac moving on. So coming up next, we got Weezer going up against Evanescence.
Ooh.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Uh,
I'll claim Weezer because Weezer was mine.
Mhm.
And go ahead, Evanescence.
Yeah, I think Evanescence is mine.
Okay,
Okay.
but
All right.
Go,
Jacob, you're
Jacob.
up first.
yeah,
See, I like both of these. I listen to Weezer a lot more though. I think Buddy Holly is a fantastic song. It's probably one
Yeah.
of my favorites. Beverly Hills, the Sweater Song. Evanescence has a few good songs. I haven't really listened to them a lot, and so since I've listened to Weezer a lot more and would enjoy putting them on a lot more, I'll go with Weezer.
yeah. Austin.
As much as I enjoy a good montage of Elektra slicing up sandbags to Evanescence and Daredevil, I'm going to go with Weezer because Hash Pipe is probably one of my more favorite songs. Like I enjoy
Yeah.
a lot of Weezer stuff.
Yeah, and
They did a cover of Lost in the Woods, and it's fantastic.
oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, from Frozen, yeah, or Frozen 2, I should
Frozen
say.
2, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I gotta go with Weezer. Like they've been a band that like ever since high school, like every 2 to 3 years they put out a new album, and usually they're all really really good. They're all really solid. And I've seen Weezer twice in concert, and like the first time that I saw him, I saw him with Panic at the Disco, and then this other guy Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness. That he was a cool opener, but like I was surprised how many songs that Weezer played that I'd forgotten about. They just kept playing songs and playing songs. Well, they probably went for like a good 2 hours, and like they were the headlining band, and like they were awesome. Like they were headlining even over Panic at the Disco, which is another huge band. So yeah, I gotta go with Weezer. Billy?
yeah, I do like the 2 Evanescence songs that I know because of Daredevil. And
Yeah.
as much as that encapsulates the early 2000s, like to a T, it's got to be Weezer. I mean, I just think that they're the better band overall, and just again better lyrics, just more songs, and I would probably listen to Weezer more than I would Evanescence.
Yeah. Steven?
Yeah, I'm looking through the songs they've done. One of them sounds like I might have heard them, if it's what I think it is.
Yeah.
For Weezer. Admittedly, I haven't actually heard that many songs from Evanescence either. That's why in my list it was like number 16, not like in the top 5.
Yeah.
But I like to listen to music videos where people mash clips from movies and TV shows with songs. And 2 of my favorite videos are 2 of Evanescence songs, My Immortal and Bring Me to Life. And those songs I think the songs are great, and I always liked watching the clips with them. So yeah, since I'm not sure if I've heard anything from Weezer, I think I might have heard one song, because one song the title sounds familiar. But I'll go with Evanescence.
You probably heard like either like Beverly Hills or like Buddy Holly, something like that. Those are some of their more popular ones, or the Sweater Song.
Hash Pipe.
Say It Ain't So
Yeah.
sounds like I might have- sounds familiar.
Yeah, say
Yeah,
it ain't
Hash Pipe.
so.
Yeah, saying it so. Yeah, they have a lot of hits. But I will say about Evanescence that I had a huge crush on Amy Lee growing up. I actually almost had I had the chance to go see him in a concert, and for some reason something came up that day, and for whatever reason I wasn't able to go. So I almost saw him in concert. I used to go to a lot of concerts back in in like the like late '90s and like all through the 2000s, pretty much. So yeah. So, but yeah, with that, Weezer's moving on. So coming up next, we got Joyner Lucas up against 30 Seconds to Mars. We got some interesting matchups here.
Okay.
So who's up first? Austin?
I'm up first.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with Joyner Lucas, but I mean the name somehow rings a bell, but I'm not really familiar with it. And 30 Seconds to Mars, sure, but I'm not really a fan. You know what? Just because I don't know who Joyner Lucas is, I'll vote for Joyner Lucas. Why not?
Sure. Yeah. Well, for me, I've heard of Joyner Lucas, but like I don't really know any songs by him. I just kind of heard the name, but 30 Seconds to Mars was actually my pick again. And like for whatever reason, me and my friends we used to go every other weekend to the spot and go bowling, and they had a jukebox, and I always put on these 30 Seconds to Mars songs to get me pumped up. And like every time that I put them on, I would bowl a strike. So they're like good luck for me. So I gotta go 30 Seconds to Mars. So Billy, you got?
Yeah, I have no idea who Joyner Lucas is, so by default, I'm gonna have to go 30 Seconds to Mars. I have actually, as much as I hate to admit it, I really do enjoy 30 Seconds to Mars. The early stuff, anyway.
Yeah.
And then I think they just sort of can't save me. But Kings and Queens is amazing. This is War.
Yeah, this is War. It's a good one.
Bury Me. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
those are legitimately great songs that I could turn on. I have quite a few choice words about the lead of 30 Seconds to Mars, but
Jared Leto.
yeah, Jared. Shannon Leto have nothing but good things, but Jared.
Yeah.
But yeah, 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah. Steven? What do you think?
So, was Jared Leto an actor first, and then he did this band, or is it vice versa? Okay.
No, he was an actor first.
Yeah, he's an actor.
Okay. So he wasn't with this. He didn't have this band around the time, say, My So-Called Life.
Probably not, I would think, but I'm not 100% sure.
It's early 2000s.
Yeah.
Okay. My So-Called Life was early to mid 90s.
Yeah.
So it was probably after that. Yeah.
Okay. Because, but I like Jared Leto, so I'll go with 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah. Jacob?
Unbelievable that you guys have not heard of Joyner Lucas. He is one of the greatest rappers of now. Like, I'm not gonna say of all time, but he's on his way. His music is so good. Like, he makes those feel good songs, but he's also he's a very good storyteller in some of his songs. Like, he has a song called "I'm Not Racist," and if you guys look that up and look up the video, oh man, if you don't watch anything else, watch that from him. He's done some features with Eminem, and that's pretty good. He's so good. His song with Will about Will Smith is fantastic, and he even got Will Smith to do the remix. Well, the remix where it's really just Will Smith doing a verse. He is fantastic. I'm not surprised he's not moving on to the second round, but I thought maybe he had a shot against 30 Seconds to Mars. But and that's not I mean, that's not a dig. I mean, I guess it is, but I mean, I think I didn't expect to see them on the list. But yeah, Joyner Lucas, I would recommend you guys checking him out if you're a fan of hip hop. He will blow you away, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, everyone that I've heard that listens to Joyner Lucas are like massive fans. They say that he's like one of the best rappers working today. So yeah, I would definitely be interested in checking him out for sure. But
I'll check him out. I enjoys the hip hop.
Yeah,
I'll listen.
He enjoys it. Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoys the hip hop.
You'll like him. He's good.
All right.
He's great, actually. No, he's not good. He's great.
Yeah. But 30 Seconds to Mars, moving on. And then coming up next, we got Weird Al Yankovic going up against Elton John. All right.
Really?
So, yeah. I believe I'm up first.
Yeah, you're up first.
Man, this one's tough for me because to go with the one that I think is legitimately a better musician, or the one that I grew up listening to that I absolutely loved, like as a teenager and as a kid, like man, this one's tough because like I still listen to so much Weird Al Yankovic, and I've seen him 4 times in concert, and he puts on amazing shows. Because they're kind of similar to Elton John. He gets in like all these different costumes, and like he does a lot of dancing, like a lot of performing. Like he puts on a really cool show, like for like Eat It. He's like throwing like plastic food into the like crowd, like some little burgers and hot dog things into the crowd. And then for Lady Gaga song, he like dressed up in all the Lady Gaga outfits, like the meat suit and the big bubble suit and all that stuff. So he was a lot of fun. So I think just for that even though I acknowledge Elton John is the better musician, I'm actually going to vote Weird Al Yankovic here. So, Billy?
All right, Billy.
What do you think?
Okay, this is tough because I did grow up on Weird Al as well. But for me, it's got to be Elton John because he's a legitimately better musician, and he's come up with some of my favorite songs of all time. And the thing that puts him over the edge for me, as much as I love Weird Al, is that Weird Al, he just strictly makes parodies.
Yeah,
and they're great parodies. They're genius. Also, UHF, which you guys probably seen, but if nobody's seen UHF, please do. It's one of the funniest movies ever.
I've seen it.
Yeah, but without the other artists, Weird Al wouldn't be as popular as he is now, and Elton John could do that. Also, yeah, the flamboyant stage persona, the fact that he's been doing this a lot longer than Weird Al has. He's been doing it since like the 70s. So Elton John. Sir Elton John.
Yes, right. Sir. Yep. Steven? Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, I got to vote for Elton John simply if for no other reason than the Tiny Dancer scene in Almost Famous.
Oh, yeah. Classic. That's your favorite movie of all time, right, Steven?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it's
Awesome.
the Truman Show.
Yeah, now it's the Truman Show now. Yeah, Jacob, who you got?
Hey, you remember when I said that I was ready for all of my picks to get bounced in the first round?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen because these are both my picks.
Oh. They're both.
Hey.
So I'm going to make it.
One of them will at least move on. And yeah, I love Weird Al. I think he's great. You know, whenever I'm in a bad mood, you just put on Weird Al, and for some reason, you're just not in a bad mood anymore.
Yeah.
But Elton John, like his music is so good. You know, I could list his songs, but you know, we don't want this to go 4 hours.
Yeah.
I'll vote for Elton and Rocket Man, the movie. Like I thought he was portrayed really well. Seeing some behind the scenes and how they work together was fantastic. I think Elton John should go far in this. Hopefully, I think he's like top 5, like not just personally, but I think top 5, like ever.
Yeah. And at 74 years old, he just recently released a new album, so it's like crazy. He said he's still going strong. So, Austin, what do you think?
You could say he's still standing, right, Jacob?
Yep.
And I was going to say, no, I'm more of a casual fan of Weird Al. I didn't really grow up with him, like with a bunch of his albums. You know, I just, you know, every now and then, you know, see a music video, listen to a song here and there. But like Elton John, I love Elton John. And I think Taron Egerton's version of I'm Still Standing from Rocket Man is great. Like I've had that on rotation on my Spotify a lot, like over the last year or so. So I'm hoping to see Elton John on his retirement tour up in Knoxville, kind of near where I am. So I'm gonna go for Elton, Sir Elton.
Yeah.
He also did the song in Sing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. No, he's great.
Yeah. So Elton John, moving on. As expected, kind of. So, but next we got the Rolling Stones going up against Aerosmith.
Ooh, battle of the classic rock.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So, Billy, you're
down
up
to
first.
Billy.
Okay, controversial opinion. I don't really like the Rolling Stones that much. I mean, yeah, they're iconic, and I'll give you Sympathy for the Devil, even though it's played like it's used for the most on the nose moments ever, but it's still a great song.
Yep.
And yeah, they do have their history in music. But Aerosmith for me was just like always there. Like I could rock the hell out to Aerosmith a lot more than I could the Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones is just like, all right, this is nice. But Aerosmith, I will rock the hell out.
Yeah. Well, sounds good, Steven. You got?
Well, I guess I'm in the same position as Jacob because a lot of my picks have been a set no so far, but both of these are mine, I think.
Yeah. Yep. I believe so.
I haven't seen any of my picks yet. So they must still be on the other. They must still be on the other side. It's going to be a very Austin heavy right side of the bracket.
Right.
Okay, well, you mentioned Sympathy for the Devil. Painted Black is also, I think, an all-time great.
Yep.
And I Can't Get No Satisfaction. I think I love that song's great.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna vote for Aerosmith on the strength of Dream On and I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. I love those two songs. So I'll also go with Aerosmith.
Yeah. Jacob,
Right.
you think?
Yeah, I think you guys already mentioned all the Rolling Stones songs I know, and there's a few Aerosmith songs that I know that haven't been mentioned. And
We
so
didn't
because
mention Jumpin' Jack Flash, so there you go. There's another one.
Well, we didn't
And Give Me
mention Walk
Shelter.
This Way.
There's another one.
Yeah,
Jude looks like a lady.
Crying is really good. I played the hell out of that on Guitar Hero. And yeah, so for the simple fact
Cry.
I can name more Aerosmith songs, and I would probably listen to them before the Rolling Stones. I'm going to go with Aerosmith.
Yep. Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, I'm. I like both bands. I'm much more likely to put on like a best of Aerosmith than a best of Rolling Stone, just to casually listen to like on a road trip or something. So I'll go with Aerosmith.
Yeah. And for me, I'm just more of a casual Rolling Stones fan. I mean, they got some great songs, but yeah, I'm just more likely to put on Aerosmith. Actually, Aerosmith one of my bucket list bands that I want to see before I die, because I just hear that they put on an amazing show. Steven Tyler is a legend, and so are the Rolling Stones. And I also want to give a shout out to the Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts, who passed away this year. So that was a pretty sad thing. But yeah, like, well, I just feel like that the Rolling Stones are a little overrated, because like people always put them on this platform like they're one of the greatest of all time, and the songs are just overplayed. They're used in like every other movie. So yeah, I got to go with Aerosmith.
Also forgot to mention Aerosmith has a roller coaster. Rolling Stones does not.
Yep. Roller coaster at Disney World, yeah.
And
Well, with that,
fantastic.
yeah, Aerosmith moves on, and then coming up next we got Linkin Park up against Styx. All right.
That's a tough one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I believe Steven, you're up first.
Yeah, Steven's up first.
Linkin Park did that remake of Behind Blue Eyes, right?
On
That's Limp Bizkit.
Oh, Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Limp Bizkit, yeah.
All right.
Sounds like something Linkin Park would maybe do, but
All right. I mean, I don't know any. I mean, I've heard of Linkin Park, obviously. I don't know any songs of theirs off the top of my head, but I'm sure if I listen to some, I've heard some of their stuff. I'll go with Linkin Park.
yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, so Styx is my pick, but
Okay.
fun fact, I had Linkin Park on my list, but somebody had them higher.
That'd be me. Yeah.
I Styx though. I think they're fantastic. Mr. Roboto is an all-time classic in my opinion. Come Sail Away, Renegade. They've got so many good songs. I saw them at my local fair when I was like 14 or 15, and they put on a great show. Like their solos are no joke. So even though Linkin Park was higher on my original list, I'm going with Styx.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I'm a casual Styx fan, but I'm gonna go with Linkin Park only for the reason I haven't kept up with them the last decade or so. But that Hybrid Theory album from 2000, I think it's the one album that just about everybody had. When it came out, like you'd know it if you heard it. Like
Everyone.
just every song was like a hit and a banger. Like that was one of that CD was on constant rotation, like in my room and my car. Like I'll just for the sheer strength of that and all the memories I have playing that, I'll go with Linkin Park.
Yeah. And for me, Linkin Park's my number 2 favorite band of all time. So I'm a massive Linkin Park fan. Like R.I.P. Chester Bennington. Like I think that he was an amazing writer. If you listen to a lot of the songs that he actually wrote for the band and performed, like they foreshadowed a lot of the like depression and things that he was going through. Like he doesn't want to be in this world and like one step closer to death and all this stuff. So like not knowing where he belongs, all this stuff. So yeah, like that's a pretty powerful thing. But Styx, I'm the same way. Like I saw Styx at my local fair too. That they're one of those bands that just goes to a lot of fairs. I've probably seen them twice at my local fair actually. So, but when I saw them though, they didn't play Mr. Roboto, so I was disappointed. But I found out that they have some kind of copyright issue with they parted ways with their lead singer, and so the lead singer has the rights to Mr. Roboto, so it's the only song they can't play, which is sad because that's like their best song. So yeah, now we have to listen to like Too Much Time on My Hands or I'm Sailing Away, some of those other ones, but or I'm Your Lady, like those ones, but like Linkin Park, man, every single song like that they've almost ever put out for me like is a hit, like, or it could be a hit. Like they even had a political phase where they're like doing a little political stuff. Like they evolved over time. They went from like kind of being like a mix of like rock and rap, and then they evolved to have some like electronic sounds in their group, and they even have some heavy metal tones. They have a lot of different things. They even have some like connection to the Asian culture and in their music. So yeah, like they're great. And another band that I had a chance to go see, and I wasn't able to for whatever reason. I wasn't able to go. So I really regret not being able to go. Should have canceled whatever plans I had and just gone to this friggin' concert, but I didn't. So yeah, they're still on my bucket list of bands I still got to see. And now I can't see them with Chester, which is unfortunate because he's no longer with us. But yeah, I got to go with Linkin Park. So, Billy?
Also, Styx's best song is Renegade.
Oh yeah,
but,
Renegade.
One thing. I don't know why.
Don't know
Doesn't
why.
matter how hard you try.
Keep that
I mean,
in
come
mind.
on, Linkin Park, man.
Yep.
They mix in so many different genres of music, and yeah, like you said, Chester Bennington, that really hurt. Styx is great, especially like if you want a good 80s rock power ballad, you get Styx. You can literally listen to most Styx in every Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah,
because
right.
He's a major fan. But Linkin Park just did so much more for music for me, just because of they experimented, and also they have the rights to all their songs, and just the fact that they've written music for movies. I know Mike, I think it's Shinoda. He did
Yeah.
the music for The Raid,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
and also their concerts are incredible.
Yeah.
Styx is great too, but Linkin Park was like on a whole another level. So yeah, that's my pick, Linkin Park.
Mm-hmm.
And their mashup album with Jay-Z.
Oh yeah.
So good.
Yeah, which is awesome. And also a shout out Fort Minor, which was like Mike Shinoda's kind of side project band, and they're pretty legit too. I recommend checking out Fort Minor too. But
Well, Jordan, all I have to say is shut up when I'm talking to you.
Talking to you. Shut up. Yeah. But moving on to the next, we got Yellow Card going up against the Foo Fighters.
Wow, all my picks really must be on the other side.
Yeah,
I've
right.
seen nothing from my list yet.
All my
I guess
picks must
so,
be
but
on this side.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna
Just
be a
random.
meat
All my
heavy.
picks are on this side too because I got Yellow Card. Yeah, but
All right.
Jacob's
up first this time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jacob.
Yellow Card and Foo Fighters.
I like Yellow Card. I can probably only name you a couple songs though. I'm sure, like, if I heard songs, I'd say, "Oh yeah, no, I've heard this before." But with the Foo Fighters, oh man, that they've been around. Like Dave Grohl, I think, is one of the greatest musicians ever. They've got so many good songs. Their newest stuff, Shame, if you guys haven't heard it yet, is so good. They do the best cover of Never Gonna Give You Up also. If you haven't seen them do that, you should, because it's great. They even got performed it with Rick Astley, I think, in the UK. There's a YouTube video of it out. But Foo Fighters, I could listen to them all day. Yellow Card, I could probably put on for an hour and be like, all right, I'm good. So I'm gonna go Foo Fighters. I think their collection of songs, it just hits harder than Yellow Cards does.
Yeah, Austin.
I'll go with Yellow Card because they're from Jacksonville, Florida, where I lived for 30 years, and that's the only reason. Yellow Card.
Yeah.
Because I'm mad on Foo Fighters. Like they're fine, but I'm mad on it.
Yeah, I'm kind of someone that thinks that the Foo Fighters are a little overrated. Like everybody puts them as like one of the best rock bands of all time, and like for me, I'm like greatest of all time. Like probably not the greatest of all time, but they're great. They're awesome. Like I love me some Foo Fighters, but like Yellow Card though. So for this episode, I was debating whether or not to wear my Yellow Card shirt or my Green Day shirt, but I have Green Day ranked a little higher, so I went with that. But like Yellow Card, like I went to their farewell tour, and I got a picture with them, and then I actually got to hang out with Yellow Card because when they came to Idaho for the Warped Tour, one of my friends is actually friends with the band, and they stayed at his house, so I got to go there and actually freaking hang out with them. So that was awesome. And then I've probably seen him probably at least 4 times in concert. I've seen him so many times, and like I just like the sound that they have. They incorporate the violin into their punk rock music, and I'm a huge punk rock fan. Kind of punk rock, then maybe pop, and like they're kind of like a good mashup of those two genres. And yeah, like their album Ocean Avenue too was the very first album that I ever heard where I legit loved every single song on the entire album. That album, like one of my favorite, maybe like look at my top 5 albums for me personally ever made. Like it just really spoke to me. The way that the songs were written, like on their song Ocean Avenue or the song Only One or like Way Away. Some of those songs were just like incredible songs to me. So I got to go with Yellow Card. Be my pick. Billy, you go.
Okay, so Ocean Avenue is one of the like songs that helped build my music taste. But but outside of that, I can't name you a single Yellow Card song. Foo Fighters, I can name a couple of songs. Like for me, immediately, just a fun one, Monkey Wrench.
Yep.
And also, like, if you guys, Dave Grohl is like one of the coolest freaking dudes in the world. Like, seriously, the guy broke his leg and he refused to go to the hospital. He had a doctor hold it in place, and they played the show for 3 hours.
That's awesome.
I mean, and there's a video of him rocking out with some dude dressed like Kiss, and he just called him Kiss Guy, and it's incredible.
Nice.
I mean, not only just that, but also you forget that Dave Grohl was also in another band, Nirvana. And so he's been in the rock game for quite a long time. And say what you will, you can say that they're overrated. But for me, I just feel like I can just turn on Foo Fighters and I'll just feel pumped up. Yellow Card is like really cool, but like you said with the use of the violin, but also Foo Fighters still perform and Yellow Card is done. So
they're no longer a band as of 2019. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
All right, Steven.
Yeah.
I'll go with Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Yes,
All
I've
right.
got 2.
Yes.
Hey, 3-2 for Foo Fighters. Yep, Dave Grohl.
Got a couple of them in there. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Dave Grohl brings it home. So,
Mhm.
coming on next, we got Green Day going up against the Beatles. Ooh.
Oh,
Still no picks for mine.
Nope, still no. Oh no. Which one's my pick? I got the shirt on, so I'm Green Day.
The
But,
Beatles.
All right.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. No. Yeah. Right. But who's up first? Is it Jacob?
I'm up first. No, I'm up
Okay.
first.
Okay.
All right. I'm only a casual fan of both these bands. The Beatles, I respect what they did for the music business. I respect their music. I like a few of their songs, but I'm not like people are like massive Beatles fans. I'm not. And same with Green Day. A few of their songs are good. I'm a casual fan. So this is tough because it's like modern versus older. I'm gonna go with old school. If I have a chance to put more old school bands through, I'm gonna go with the old school. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the Beatles, I'll vote for the Beatles.
Yeah. And I kind of feel like these are two bands that get a little overplayed, kind of like that. But the thing is, like, so like Green Day is my favorite band of all time, obviously. But I'm a massive Beatles fan too, and the Beatles, like, they have so many albums, so many songs. It just keeps going. Like their catalog, it's just like seemingly endless. It just keeps going and going and going. There's so many songs. My favorite song was by them. Was Hey Jude, and one of my favorite performances was seeing Paul McCartney perform it when they had the Olympics in London, performing for the opening ceremony. And he got pretty emotional because just being able to host the Olympics in his home country and be able to perform there, I think that really meant a lot to him. At least it seemed like it did, because he was crying while he was playing or singing. So, but like Green Day, like they're still one of my bucket list bands. I actually had tickets to go see them with Fall Out Boy, which I don't really care for Fall Out Boy. I just wanted to go for Green Day, but they're playing it at the T-Mobile Park where the Seattle Mariners play. But then COVID happened, and then I moved, so I wasn't able to even go to the concert. So I'm a little like ticked off about that, but it is what it is. So I'll eventually find another time to go see him. But I don't really go to concerts as much as I used to, because I want to use my money for some other things. But yeah, like Green Day just has just so many amazing songs. Like I could go forever with Green Day too. But with the song "Good Riddance, Time of Your Life," that song was my like anthem of like when I graduated. It might be a lot of people's anthem from high school, but yeah, and like they just keep coming out with like hit after hit after hit. I mean, I could probably sit here for an hour and just name you all my favorite songs by them, but I won't do that. I'm just gonna vote for them. I'll vote for Green Day. So, Billy.
Okay, so you have said a lot of the points that I was going to make. Hey Jude is also one of my favorite songs of all time.
Nice.
But for me, it comes down to a couple factors: how iconic they are, how they impacted the music industry and just overall how many songs. And for me, the Beatles beats that. I know a lot of people either love or hate them, and that's fine. Their early stuff, if you were just going by their early stuff, they'd be any other boy band. But then they started doing different things like Sgt. Pepper or Abbey Road, which I think is a masterpiece in every single song on that album alone. Oh my gosh, it's so worth it. But Green Day also has some great stuff. They play that damn song at graduation.
Yep.
Every single year. I hate
Every
it.
time.
I have grown
Yeah.
to resent that. Although I do love Basket Case and American Idiot. And it's also, speaking of American Idiot, there's a great musical called American
Yeah.
Idiot. But on the other hand, the Beatles have Across the Universe and Cirque du Soleil. So
Yeah.
I mean, just Paul McCartney alone, just for me, it's the Beatles. I mean, I do love all four Beatles individually, but I mean, yeah.
Even Ringo? Like,
Yeah, even Ringo, he's good.
have you heard some of his solo stuff? It's like,
not music wise, but he
Yeah.
is the narrator for Thomas and
Yeah, but his solo
Thomas and
stuff is not
No.
is not the Beatles. So
Right,
we're talking
right.
about the
But-
Beatles.
But John and George's stuff I think is very underrated. A lot of
Yeah.
people. I mean, he also wrote some of the best songs as well. George is the most underrated Beatle, and just I could go on and on about the Beatles as much as it pains me because I do love Green Day and I can also rock the hell out whenever they come on. And Billy Joe Armstrong is one of the best frontmen ever.
Oh, yeah. My favorite of all time.
Yeah, it's definitely like I cannot deny that. And either way, we win because we get to listen to great music. But yeah, long story short, Beatles.
Yeah, yeah. Steven?
Oh man, I just looked at Green Day's list of songs from them, and
Is it long?
there's two that I legitimately love, like "Wake Me Up When September Ends," and you already mentioned "Good Riddance," which is absolutely one of my favorite songs. And I didn't play at my graduation, but I didn't go to my prom, but I still got the video for the prom, and that's one of the songs that they played during that. And so there's something about Good Riddance that, for whatever reason, always puts me in a nostalgic mood. But the Beatles was my pick, and I do, and I know my dad is a huge Beatles guy, and I listen. They have so many great songs, like as much as I hate to vote against Good Riddance, I got to go with the Beatles.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jacob?
Jacob?
Yeah, I'm just a casual fan of the Beatles. If their song comes on, I'll probably listen to it and not turn it off. But Green Day, I absolutely love Green Day. I think American Idiot from top to bottom is nearly perfect in my opinion. So yeah, I'll go with Green Day, even though the Beatles are already moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Well, just like that, Jordan's number one is gone.
Oh,
Unless you want to change your vote, Austin, because you're casual either way, right?
No, I'll go. I'll stick with old. I want to see more old school bands in there because I'm an old school music guy.
All right.
no
all
recap.
right. Fair enough. But so next up we got Hans Zimmer. He was almost a like rock musician by his own right, but going against the Bee Gees. So,
Hey.
Oh.
yeah.
Mm.
So, and is it me
Jordan?
first?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So neither of these are my picks. So this one's tough, but because like we recognize how talented the Bee Gees actually are. Like they're like a lot of people base their music off of the Bee Gees, and they're just super talented. Like I think there's a documentary out about the Bee Gees that I haven't seen, but I want to. That's like supposed to be really good, but like I'm just not like a huge fan of like their like music overall. Like I just like I couldn't really name you too many songs. I could just name like the one disco song and like "Staying Alive," but I mean I don't really know too much else by them. But like Hans Zimmer though, like man, like he might be my favorite composer. Like there's a tie between Hans Zimmer and John Williams, but I really want to go see Hans Zimmer live because I heard that he just puts on like an absolute rock show. Like it's just really really cool to see, and especially the Man of Steel score is amazing. Like that really gets me pumped up. If you listen to the very last track of that score, that they kind of have like a mashup of like all the like best songs from the album kind of all rolled into one, and like it is awesome. So I think I'm going to go with Hans Zimmer on this one. So Billy?
Okay,
Yeah.
so also yes, that HBO documentary on the Bee Gees is fantastic. Highly recommend it. Watch it on HBO Max if you can. But Hans Zimmer, man. I mean, aside from I ironically wore a Man of Steel shirt now that you mentioned it, because that's one of my favorite movies. But not only that, not just live action films, but also just the animated films. The fact he does do experiment stuff. He experiments with stuff like Dune right now. He created new instruments.
Huh.
I mean, come on. And you guys really don't know how many movies Hans Zimmer has done. The man has been in pretty much almost every other movie. Like his work is in every other movie, and I've been told if you see him live, it's worth it. It's a bit expensive, but that's one of my goals in life is to see Hans Zimmer live and just hear his music, because he makes music that you're like, oh yeah, he did make that. Aside from all the Christopher Nolan movies, and just there are certain pieces of music that like the Inception. I forget what it is. I think it's the last score in Inception. That's some of the best music I've ever heard, not just in film, that's just in general. And the Bee Gees, while iconic, they are very of their time. And yeah, it's fun to make fun of the high pitched voices of Barry Gibb, but yeah, Hans Zimmer as well.
Yep. Steven?
I do actually like "Staying Alive." I think that's a good song. But Hans Zimmer was my pick. My favorite scores of his, he did the score for Crimson Tide, Broken Arrow, Gladiator. Those are probably like my favorites of his. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Hans Zimmer.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, I mean, outside of the two BG songs, I can't tell you much else about them. I've never really listened to them much. I think Hans Zimmer is an incredible composer. I will go with Hans Zimmer.
Yeah. Austin?
The Bee Gees is my pick. They're much more than just "Staying Alive," from Saturday Night Fever. Okay, like their singing ability is really incredible. I mean, you don't realize the fact that they're in the top 10 best-selling bands of all time. I mean, they're right behind like Elvis and Michael Jackson, things like that. Go listen to, if you don't believe me, go listen to "Too Much Heaven" or "More Than a Woman." Like they're just incredible, actual like kind of love songs and melodies. Their voices just carry. So I'll give some love for the Bee Gees, even though I'm not mad about Hans Zimmer moving forward, because I adore Hans Zimmer. He's one of the ones I casually listen to if I'm going to listen to a movie score. But just wanted to give some love for the Bee Gees. Go check them out on Spotify. But beyond the stuff on the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, it's really really great. Like you'll be surprised.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, that is Hans Zimmer, our first composer, moving on. So, and then moving on to the next round, we have Hatebreed going up against The Offspring. All right. look up the flame thing going on.
Yep.
But who's up first?
Billy's up first
Okay.
this time.
Billy. Okay.
I don't know if I could vote. I don't know either of these bands at all.
Well, you heard the song "Pretty Fly for a White Guy."
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
there's that.
Offspring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll choose the Offspring.
Or my friend's got a girlfriend and he hates that bitch or whatever. but yeah. All right. Steven?
Yeah, I've heard of that song too, so I'll go with Offspring.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna be in Jacob's position now, where all mine are not gonna go through it all.
I was just about to look up Hatebreed to see if I've heard of any of their stuff.
Have you seen? Are you familiar with the movie Triple X at all? The Vin Diesel movie.
Yep.
The scene where he's snowboarding the avalanche. They're playing a Hatebreed song called "I Will Be Heard." It's pretty great. That's how I got into them.
Yeah.
And I mean, they have much more songs than that, obviously, but yeah, that's probably their most famous song.
I told people to like kind of pick pretty mainstream ones, or else you're not going to get votes. But I think Hatebreed is fairly mainstream.
They're mainstream.
Okay.
They've got they've been around for more than 20 years. I mean, they're mainstream in the heavy metal scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Jacob.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Steven voted for Offspring, so I think he did casually.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Yeah, Hatebreed is one of those bands I've heard about, and I've always wanted to check them out, but for some reason I just haven't. Like I hear nothing but good things about them from the people that like them. Unfortunately, I haven't heard their songs yet. I'm probably gonna check them out after this because, that's giving me a reminder right there. I think I don't know much Offspring songs. I do know, Pretty Fly for a White Guy is great. Self-Esteem is good, and You're Gonna Go Far, Kid, I think is excellent. I'm gonna go with the Offspring here, but talk to me afterwards, and maybe I'll change my vote.
Right, Austin.
Yeah, if you're a fan of like heavy thrash, like metal stuff, not like the death metal, but like just good thrash, like bang your head kind of metal, Hatebreed's great, and they've actually been around for quite some time. They play a hell of a show. I've seen them 5 times live. They tour with another band on my list on here a lot. We'll get to them when we get to them, but I Will Be Heard is probably their most famous song. So if you want to check that out. And Destroy Everything's another great song, but good stuff. Check them out if you haven't. If you're a rock fan, I'll give them some love, even though they're not going to win.
Yeah. And for me, like, I love rock music, but like once rock music gets into screamo, like just screaming, like that's when it no longer becomes music to me, and like just becomes straight up noise. I'm just not a fan of like anything screaming. It's like you're not singing anymore. You're just screaming and making noise. So I'm just kind of not as into them, but I do know of them. So, but the Offspring are one of my bucket list bands that I haven't seen yet, and our third co-host Chris, he got to see him perform live, and they got to meet the lead singer afterward and get pictures with them. So they're a little jealous of that, but they have some amazing songs, like let's see, the song The Kids Aren't All Right. That song is just like a really fun one to just rock out, and then there's so many good ones, like You're Gonna Go Far, Kid was mentioned, or Come Out and Play, Want You Bad, Original Prankster, and then also they have a new single that's actually really, really good. They just come out with a brand new album. They got a song called Let the Bad Times Roll that I would definitely recommend if you haven't heard it yet. Like, it's a really solid song. So yeah, I got to go Offspring. So
all right, 4-1 for Offspring.
Yeah, Offspring. Moving on, and then next up we got the Dolly Rots going up against Imagine Dragons. All right.
2 of my picks.
Yeah, so there's yours, Austin. Right? You got some on this side. Yeah. So
all right, and Steven's up first this time.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just see. mean, Imagine Dragons, they sound familiar. I've probably heard.
They did. They've got several famous songs. That song "Believer" is a big famous song. Radioactive. I guarantee.
I like
you've heard those
Radioactive a
songs.
lot.
Yeah,
So-
yeah,
On top of the world. I'm on top of the world. That song. Yeah.
So I'll go with Imagine Dragons.
yeah. You may
Yeah,
be, you may be a believer. Like I guarantee
Yeah.
you heard that song somewhere. Mike Kalinowski used to come out to Friction by Imagine Dragons in the Showdown for a little while when he was doing his Rebel phase. So yeah.
But Jacob, who you got?
Yeah, I like Imagine Dragons. I think I haven't like listened to full albums of theirs, but every song that I've heard I've really liked. Is that Dolly Rots?
Yeah, the Dolly Rots is more of a. They're kind of a West Coast based alternative rock group. It's a couple. It's a married couple. I saw them in Jacksonville years ago, and they become like kind of a sentimental favorite of mine. They put out some good albums. They're just a really fun alternative rock band. I mean, check them out on Spotify. They're a lot of fun. Good
I
stuff.
definitely will because and that picture is making me vote for them.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm voting for the Dolly Rots because of that.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
Right there.
Mhm.
Yeah. Austin?
And I'll vote for the Dolly Rots just because they're kind of the underdog of this one out of my two picks, and they're actually higher on my personal list. If you want a good summation of their stuff, they have a live album on Spotify you can listen to. It's like basically their greatest hits, essentially. But yeah, it's hard to describe them. They're just a fun, fast-paced, rock band. And Imagine Dragons, they're all over the radio. People know them. But I'll give some love to Dolly Rots just because they're the underdog in this one.
Yeah, and well, I'm a massive Imagine Dragons fan. They just had a new album out that it's like pretty cool, but then the lead singer tries some like screamo stuff, and I'll tell you, like it does not work even by like screamo standards. Like it does not work. Like it's just but the album's still pretty solid. Besides the like two songs that he tries to do that on, but I will say that I gave some of these bands that I hadn't heard of a listen. Actually, I thought that the Dolly Rots were actually really, really solid. I actually really liked them because they kind of almost have like a punk rock kind of vibe, and that kind of plays to my like punk rock heart that I have ever since I was little. I grew up on punk rock, and so you know what? Like I really like them. Like I probably want to go back listen to some more. So actually, then I'm gonna vote for the Dolly Rots because like I really like what I heard when I listened to them. So yeah.
My ex will be very happy. She's a big fan.
Nice.
She's a big fan.
Billy?
Dolly Rots. I can't stand Imagine Dragons. I only like one song of theirs. That's it.
Well, there you go.
Hey, the little band that could. I don't expect them to go
Yeah,
far, but at least they made it through the first round. Nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they're moving on.
But that'll at least make for a fun picture to look at in our next round.
Yeah,
I like that futuristic dystopian look of
Mhm.
in the bottom
Yeah.
too.
I picked that one because I thought it's some pretty cool artwork. But moving on, we have Busta Rhymes going up against Cake. So that's just like we got a bunch of different albums by Cake. So so who's up
Jacob.
first?
I am
Jacob.
And Cake. I like Cake. Chocolate is probably my favorite.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Or
no, I've heard one
Or
song
Yellow.
by Cake, and it is the Short Skirt Long Jacket, which I think is amazing. I think that song is fantastic.
what about Going the Distance? She's
Nope.
going the distance. She's going for speed. She's all alone in a time of need.
Nope, but they're another band that like I hear them and I'm like, oh, I need to listen to more of their music, and then I never do. Busta Rhymes, I think, is incredible. I think when he gets going, like his fast flow, I think is
really good. Yeah.
it's top three when it comes to fast rappers. I think he's top three. I'll have to forgive his Halloween performance. I don't think, but we're not judging that.
Yeah.
So
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Busta Rhymes here.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, I enjoy a good buttercream icing. With a little, we're talking about. Okay, we're not doing the food one yet.
I made that
That's
mistake too.
Friday. No, Busta Rhymes is my pick. The Genesis album from 2001 is one of the first rap albums I ever actually bought, and it's. I think it's one of the great top to bottom albums of all time, and he's remained consistently awesome. He's just everything. He's such a solid rapper. Everything he does is great. So yeah, he's on my list. I got to go Busta Rhymes.
Yeah. I need your arms around me. I need to feel your touch. Hey, that's like a really like one of their most popular songs by Cake. So it's called Never There. That was on the radio kind of back in the 90s. So Cake was my pick, but man, Busta Rhymes, when he really gets going though, he is just like really, really solid.
Mm-hmm.
Like I put him up there like other kind of speed rappers like Twista or like even Bone Thugs and Harmony, some of those that can like really just rap super fast. So this one's legitimately tough for me because like I'm a pretty big Busta Rhymes fan, but I do want to give some love to a Cake. Like if you haven't heard them, they're like a really cool kind of alternative band, kind of like almost more of like an indie style to them. So like an indie rock band kind of, but they're really solid. So and I one of them, like one of the bands that I almost got to see because I was at a friend's house who my friend Sam, who's actually been on the show before. I was over at his place, and he lives next to this winery, and apparently Cake was playing over at the winery, and we like heard this music going on, so we drove over there, and we asked them who was this, playing, and they're like, I don't know, some band named Cake or something. I'm like, that's freaking Cake playing there? What the heck? Like just in this small little town called Eagle that I used to live in the middle of nowhere out in Idaho. So that was kind of cool. We just kind of sat out in the car and just kind of listened from afar. But yeah, I'm gonna give some love to Cake. So that'll be my vote. Billy?
I'll go with Busta Rhymes. I think he's an incredible rapper, and I love Halloween Resurrections because of Busta Rhymes, because of how bad it is, and it's
look
terrible.
a little crispy there, Michael.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's so funny. Like it's good in an ironic sense, but no, also just when he actually does get into a good flow, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Steven?
I haven't heard of. I think I'll go with Cake because I'm not really a big rapper fan. Not into rap music that much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go with Cake.
I thought you were gonna say I'll go with Cake because I'm not a big fan of pie.
Yeah.
No, you guys already made those jokes.
Yeah. I was just thinking another cake joke. That's all.
Yeah.
Why not?
But
It's like I don't think I should do another cake joke because you guys already.
I mean, it really is the all-encompassing dessert. I mean, you can put whatever layers in there.
I love
put
strawberry
different
shortcake.
fruits.
That's my favorite.
Sure, all kinds of different incarnations. I mean, it's pretty good.
German
So I guess-
chocolate is really good.
Mhm.
I guess me and
Sure,
Steven are the only ones that love this fabulous dessert called cake. But with that,
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes moves on. So,
Mhm.
but coming up next, we have Panic at the Disco going up against Cannibal Corpse. All right. So, I believe
All
you're
right,
up first, Austin?
I'm up first. So ironically, funny enough, if you guys are a fan of Ace Ventura, the movie, you know who Cannibal Corpse is without knowing who Cannibal Corpse is, because they are the death metal band in the scene where he goes to the death metal club. They're the band on stage, and that's how one of the reasons they got famous. Yeah, is from that Jim Carrey was a fan of them. I mean, that's kind of how I became familiar with them. I've seen them 4 times live. They tour with Hatebreed a lot. Yes, it's the screamy death metal that Jordan hates, but it's a lot of fun, especially live. So I don't expect them to go far, but I will vote for Cannibal Corpse because I'm a big fan of them. And their lead singer's name is Corpse Grinder, which is awesome.
Yeah, nice. I looked them up, and I wanted to see like just how intense some of their concerts
Pretty
were,
intense.
and they get pretty intense. But I like the way the setup looks. Like it looks pretty cool. But like but like I just can't do the screamo stuff. Like it just gets to me. Like one of my friends dragged me out to this heavy metal concert. This band called Guar, and like, oh my gosh, that band freaking like screaming.
Well, here's the thing with Guar. Guar is not great music. They're famous because of like the stuff they do at their concerts, like spraying all their fans with shit. It's like a Gallagher show. Like spray their fans with stuff. They're just like the actual music is not the greatest. It's more about the show, like the show.
Yep. Yeah. but Panic at the Disco. I have seen them live once, and they're freaking amazing. They're like really, really awesome. Like they just like they brought down the house. Like they're really cool. Their lead singers super fun to watch, and I love their music video. The name of the song kind of escapes me, but it's the one that's like closing the goddamn door. That song that like the music video is really cool for that. It kind of has like a circus kind of vibe to it. Like he's a ringleader at a circus, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, like I'm a huge fan of especially some of their like more current stuff. They put out some really solid albums where like I was just really surprised like how good each track is. Like I was going through and like song after song, which is great. So I'm gonna go Panic at the Disco, and Panic at the Disco was my pick, so Billy?
Panic at the Disco. I mean, you want a great front man and who has like one of the best ranges, like vocal ranges.
Yeah.
And just like awesome banger hits. Some of their hits are like some of their music is overplayed. I will admit that. And now that you mention Cannibal Corpse, I do remember that their music from Ace Ventura. It's great.
Yeah, but, it's their biggest song. Is that song they play in, or at least the snippets of the song they play in the movie is a song called "Hammer Smashed Face," and it's became their biggest song. So if you look them up on Spotify, it's their most played song, obviously.
Yeah, but
a lot of those songs are similar.
Yeah, for me, Panic at the Disco, just because like not only I have seen them live and they are incredible, like wow, one of the best concerts I've ever been to.
Yep,
and I mean, I write sins, not tragedies. Come on.
Yeah.
You can't not.
That's the song.
It is incredible. Also, just the power of a song if the entire crowd will sing it. Right. Every single time the crowd will sing the entire song. Brendan Urie doesn't even have to say anything if he doesn't want to. But no, Panic at the Disco for me.
Yeah. I always forget the names of some of their songs, especially some of their early stuff. They have really long titles to their song for Panic at the Disco, so it's kind of interesting. But Steven, you got?
So I'm looking at a list of their songs. Is Bohemian Rhapsody a cover of the Queen song, or it just happens
to
have
cover.
the same title?
It's a cover,
I thought you said you were looking up a list of Cannibal Corpse songs like "Make Them Suffer," "Stripped, Raped, and Strangled," "I Come Blood." Oh wait, you were looking at Panic at the Disco songs.
Yeah,
sorry. That's all very different.
No, I did look them up before, but I didn't recognize anything. I'm almost tempted to go with Cannibal Corpse just because I love that name.
Mm-hmm.
But according to this, they did Into the Unknown from Frozen 2.
Yeah, they did that.
So I've actually
was Panic at the Disco singing
heard
during the end credits. Yep.
Since I've actually heard that, I'll go with Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, that should disqualify them from this tournament.
Yep. You know how much you love that movie, Austin, right?
Yeah.
Frozen 2, I think Frozen 2 is pretty good, actually.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, I love Panic at the Disco. I think some of their earlier stuff is really good. I think Brendan Urie is amazing. I think he has an amazing voice. If you haven't seen him do the DuckTales theme song on Jimmy Fallon, you should watch that because it is fantastic.
Wait, did they do the new DuckTales?
No, he didn't. He was on Jimmy Fallon, and it was like a
Oh.
suggestion box, an audience thing, and
Uh,
no, he came out and he performed it, and I think they should use it because
Yeah,
it
they should.
is so good.
I wasn't a fan of the new DuckTales
Yeah.
theme. I love the '80s one.
But I'm looking at Cannibal Corpse, and they've got albums going back to 1990. So
Yeah.
I'm just
No,
based
they were only 3 years old when Ace Ventura came out, but they had their first album in 1990. But they've been around for 30 years. They're still going. They're great.
Yeah, and so even though Panic at the Disco is moving on, I'm going to show some love to Cannibal Corpse just for longevity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
well, 2-3, so it was close. A lot closer than I thought. So,
Mhm.
so up next we got Queen. Speaking of Bohemian Rhapsody, we got Queen going up against Clutch.
Ooh, damn.
So who's up first this time? Was it Billy?
Jordan.
Okay, it's me first. So I looked up Clutch, and like they're pretty solid. I actually like them. Quite a few. Their song kind of sound like an alternative band kind of, and but like they're pretty decent. But going up against a powerhouse like Queen, Queen's one of the best rock bands of all time, and like I just love their music. Like I've had days where I'm working where we just put on like a Queen playlist, and I listen to like almost their whole entire discography, and like most of them are all hits. They're all freaking like really good songs. So I gotta go Queen. Yeah, sorry Clutch, you're going up against a powerhouse, but Billy,
Bill?
what do you got?
Like, okay, Clutch is not bad, but are you kidding me? It's Queen. My favorite band of all time. They've made my favorite song of all time. Freddie Mercury is the greatest frontman of all time.
Yes,
And I don't think I need to say anything else. Queen.
Yeah. Steven?
Yeah, I don't think I've heard anything from Clutch, but Queen is great, so I'll go with Queen.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, I don't think I've heard Clutch. The name's cool. And just
right.
I'm gonna check them out. But Queen is one of my picks. I love Queen. Grew up listening to them because of my dad. He was a big fan, and that made me a big fan. I think they have so many great hits.
So many.
The popular pick is obviously Bohemian Rhapsody. I think that's a big. But I think "Don't Stop Me Now" might be my favorite song by them. I think it is fantastic. We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions. They've got so many great songs, and they're still today being talked about as one of the greatest of all time. So I'm gonna go with Queen.
Yep. Austin?
So you guys might know Clutch without knowing Clutch. There's a song they made called "The Regulator," which has been played at the end of a lot of TV shows and in some movies and on commercials. If you guys are familiar with The Walking Dead, the second season episode where they go to get Herschel at the bar, and then he shoots the guys at the bar, they play "Regulator" at the end of the episode, and they played it on a couple of commercials. So you probably know some of their songs without knowing some of their songs, oddly enough. But yeah, like they're really good. So I mean, Queen's on my list too. Like these are both like I think it's Billy's pick because it was higher, but Queen was on my list as well. So they just used one of my alternates. So I'm not mad about Queen going through. Clutch was one of my picks. So I'll give the vote to Clutch, but obviously Queen is going through.
Yep. Queen.
Yeah, Queen was on my list initially too.
Yeah. It made almost all of our list. Queen's on my list, just not in my top 16, but it's on.
Queen could be a heavy favorite, kind of low key.
Yeah, right.
So yeah,
but
did you put them through?
Yeah. You just can't see it here if you,
gotcha.
you scroll over. It's over there. But,
Gotcha. Okay, this is the way.
Yeah.
After being worried about having none, I suddenly have 3.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But coming up next, we got Reliant K Going up against, this is for Jerry Goldsmith. I just put that in because for some of the composers, I wasn't sure what to really put up there to really like represent them. So I just put Star Trek because he did all the music for it. So we got Reliant K going up against Jerry Goldsmith. So
okay, Billy's up
Steve.
first.
Jerry Goldsmith.
Billy, yeah. Yeah.
Jerry Goldsmith. I got nothing except I like his music more.
Yeah.
There. Keep it short and sweet.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven?
Well, I mean, Jerry Goldsmith is my pick, so I would go with Jerry Goldsmith.
Yeah. Jacob?
I'm going to go with Reliant K here. I think they're great. I think Sadie Hawkins' Dance is a really fun song. They have, in my opinion, one of the most underrated Christmas albums of all time. I listen to it every Christmas. I think it's fantastic. Their version of 12 Days of Christmas is fantastic. It's so fun.
Let it snow, let it rain, dear.
Yeah, and I don't listen to movie soundtracks a lot, movie scores. I don't listen to them a lot. I can appreciate them, and I know they're fantastic. And if I'm with somebody listening to them, I'm not going to hate it. But Reliant K, I like them. So I'll go with Reliant K.
Sounds good. Austin?
Yeah, Jordan and I were talking about Reliant K earlier today because I actually had one of their albums that I listened to a lot. The one with the Sadie Hawkins Dance song on and things like that. So yeah, good stuff. But man, if you're a Trekkie, man, you got to go with Jerry Goldsmith. Man, he's like he is Star Trek as much as Gene Roddenberry is. So I'll give some love to Jerry Goldsmith.
Yeah, Star Trek First Contact is not only was not only in my top 64. But it's one of my favorite scores of all time.
Well, he also did the score to the original Planet of the Apes back in '68.
I have a whole. He's done a lot of stuff. LA Confidential and Air Force One, which was kind of but I won't go into why it was almost ruined for me. But
I know why, because Trump used it for his speech when he won the presidency. When he came on stage, he came on stage to that album, to that theme song.
Right. Funny. But yeah, Reliant K was my pick. I've actually seen them 4 times in concert, and they're awesome. Like usually, like when I see a band that many times in a concert, I usually find a way to meet them somehow. But for whatever reason, like Reliant K, like has never really done any meet and greets at any of their shows. So I haven't gotten the chance to meet them. And they're kind of low key a Christian band because they do have some very Christian type of songs. But most people know them for the Sadie Hawkins Dance or like Be My Escape is a pretty popular one, or even Pressing On. And then there's a song that they do called Maintain Consciousness, and as someone that has a pretty major attention deficit disorder, I have a hard time just really focusing for long periods of time. I do really bad in like meetings or church or school, like just sitting there for a long period. I usually have to like get up and like walk around or have something to like fidget with. Sometimes you'll even notice though I'll be like playing with like little objects while I'm doing the show even. So yeah, that song like just perfectly describes me because it's just like it's about someone that's trying to maintain consciousness and can't focus on anything. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Reliant K. So, but even though Jerry Goldsmith is the one that's moving on here, I wanted to just show some love for Reliant K. But yeah, another composer in there. So yeah, and that'll be the end of that side. So
all right,
finally
moving on over. Yeah, finally, we're finally there. All right, let's see. So what we got over here? Let's see if it's gonna cooperate here. Sometimes it's weird about maneuvering. Okay. All right, here we go. We got Under Oath going up against Rob Zombie. Ooh, that's kind of an interesting matchup. So, who's up first?
And Steven's going to be first this one.
All right. We got.
I don't think I've heard any of Rob Zombie's music. I know I've heard a lot of people say that his music is good, but since I haven't heard it, I'll vote for Under Oath because I think Rob Zombie is a pretty terrible filmmaker.
Yeah, I would agree
How
with you
dare
there
you?
as well.
How dare you? How
Yeah.
dare you?
But,
Devil's Rejects is one of the best movies ever. How dare you?
well,
Ugh.
Jacob, what do you
Yeah,
think?
oh, I won't disagree with that. Sure. No, I actually do enjoy that trilogy. But Under Oath was one of my picks. It was one of my alternates, but it was like the first alternate, and I was like this close to putting it on the list anyway. I think they are fantastic. I do like Rob Zombie. I think my favorite song by his is Edge's theme song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
Never
sorry about
gonna
that.
stop,
It's so
man.
good.
Never
Yeah.
gonna stop.
Yeah.
But Under Oath, I really like them. The lead singer is fantastic. Writing on the Walls, they have so many good songs. It's again, although they incorporate screaming, so if you don't like that, you're not gonna like them. But it's not just screaming. Like some of the vocals are amazing. So if you haven't heard them, you should. My vote goes to Under Oath.
Yeah. Well, Austin, who you got?
Yeah, Rob Zombie's on my list. It's my pick. All of his albums are a lot of fun. As like a horror guy, he does a lot of, songs for his own movies, obviously. But even the stuff with White Zombie's a lot of fun. I really dig Rob Zombie's kind of mechanical style, and it's really good hybrid stuff. I enjoy it. Rob Zombie.
Yeah, he's great.
Hmm.
Yeah. And for as much as like I can't stand screamo music, like both of these artists are like two that like have screamo music. They incorporate it, but it's not all screamo music. I don't think for either one of them. But I'm just not really that familiar with Under Oath. But they kind of seem like a band that I would probably listen to. They're kind of like alternative, maybe borderline punk a little bit. You can maybe say, but like Rob Zombie, like it. You know the song Dragula? That's like one of it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like really popular one? I also know Thunder Kiss and even the theme from the Devil's Rejects. I won't comment on like what I think of that movie. I'm not a fan, but the music's great actually. So I'm gonna go with Rob Zombie. Yeah, Billy, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going with Rob Zombie. Dude is incredible. Like his shows are pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of his
Nice.
movies, but the man has tremendous he's also one of the few people that is like in the industry that has like tremendous respect for like old Hollywood and like classic horror. So that's also really cool. And yeah, his music is hit or miss, but I don't know too much about Under Oath. But yeah, Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
I'm just glad it was close.
Yeah, right. But
Yeah.
the Rob Zombie is moving on, so that'll be it. So coming up next week, we have Roger Allen Wade going up against Simple Plan. So
Okay.
and who's up first? Is it Jacob?
Jacob. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man.
You got
I don't know who Roger Allen Wade is.
Can I give you a quick? It's my pick, so can I give you a quick? You probably know who he is again without knowing who he is. He's the guy who did. His music is featured in a lot of the Jackass movies because Johnny Knoxville's a big fan of him. He
gets my vote.
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. When you get knocked down, you gotta get back up. That's his song, and he does a lot of the songs in the movies. You're Too Fat to Fly, Party in My Pants. Like he's kind of a comedic, solo country guy.
Gonna get a lot of comedy behind it.
Yeah. It's a lot of comedy behind it. It's really good.
You've convinced me. He gets my vote. I'm very mad on Simple Plan. I liked them when I was a teenager, but as I've gotten older, their music is just I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But you convinced me, and I'm gonna call him Raw from now on.
Yeah, right.
Call him Raw.
Yeah.
Raw gets my vote.
Well, Austin, who you got?
I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I know enough to know if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. No, Roger Allen Wade's great. Go listen to his stuff. It's a lot of fun. He's got a song called "Big Ugly Slut" about how he wants a big ugly slut. it's I mean, just his songs are hilarious. They're a lot of fun, and especially if you're only like a casual country fan, it's really good.
Yeah, so Simple Plan was my pick, and this is just like an old favorite from when I was in high school. Like so I went to the Warped Tour every single year, and so I was a fan of Simple Plan before they became super famous. They're at the first Warped Tour I ever went to, and their drummer Chuck was just hanging out at their booth. One of the fun things to do is that like all the bands will eventually go to their booth at some point during the day and sign autographs and get pictures with them. And so like Chuck was over there and I saw him and like nobody was going up to him. So like I literally like stood next to him chatting with him for like about an hour. So like we had a lot of fun talking. Like he was super nice. He was the one guy who like stayed there all day long while they're on this massive tour, just super busy, working long hours, and like he was putting in a lot of work doing that because he really cared about his fans. So and also too, like it's a bit of a nostalgia thing that on my first like really serious girlfriend, our song was "I Do Anything" by Simple Plan. So it's just kind of like a high school thing. Now I'm like I'm not as into them, but I still have a lot of love for Simple Plan from back in the day. They have like "Welcome to My Life." They have "Perfect." They have that song "Addicted" that like it says "dick" over and over again in that song. But yeah. So I'm gonna go Simple Plan.
Wow,
but
a lot of their members have been accused of sexual misconduct. This is kind of disturbing.
Really?
Yeah.
You just see that? Oh, weird.
I'm looking on their Wikipedia page.
No, I didn't.
More than one band member. It's not good.
The lead singer came out as bisexual years ago. So yeah, but yeah, their lead singer Sebastian, I think his name. But Roger Allen Wade though, like I went and listened to some of his stuff, and like I'm not a huge country fan. Like I do love some kind of country artists here and there, but it was fun stuff to listen to. The one about the slut that you were just talking about, like that was one of the ones I listened to. Like it's pretty funny, but so yeah, I'll probably revisit it, but I'm gonna go with Simple Plan. So
Okay.
Billy?
I'll probably just go Simple Plan, just because I recognize their music a lot more, and yeah, Roger Allen Wade. When you mentioned Jackass, now that I think about it, I'm just like, oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But it's not nothing that I would listen to personally. So yeah, I'll just go Simple Plan. Make it again simple.
Steven?
Well,
You got?
Simple Plan sounds kind of familiar, although that might be because it's a fairly generic name for a band.
Yeah.
I've seen the Jackass movies, but I still don't remember any of them songs from that. Since he's country music, I think I'm more into rock than country, so I'll go with Simple Plan.
Yeah. Well, with that, Simple Plan is moving on. So, but next up we got Justin Timberlake going up against Alan Silvestri. Kind of interesting, but is it Austin? Are you up first?
Yeah, I'm up first.
Yeah. Okay.
Justin Timberlake's all right. I actually probably like, oddly enough, NSYNC's music more than his solo music. If it's safe to admit now, but
yeah, right.
Alan Silvestri did Back to the
Don't lose your man
Future
card.
and Roger Rabbit and Predator, like, and of course the Avengers. Like, he's low key like one of the best ever that not a lot of people talk about. So I'll go with Mr. Silvestri.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, like I never really thought that I would say it, but like probably I'm gonna end up voting for Justin Timberlake. I'm not a huge Justin Timberlake fan, but like I think that I like his the solo stuff a little bit better. Like that song that like Bringing Sexy Back. He's got like what goes around comes back around, that one, and then he's got Can't Stop the Feeling, which is kind of more in the last few years, and And so yeah, like I'm not like a huge fan of like either one of these guys, but
Jordan,
I'll
he
go
did
with-
the Back to the Future music. Like I
Yeah,
thought Back to
but-
the Future is like one of your favorite movies of all time. He did that music.
well, it is,
you know.
but like
I'm just
really,
letting you know that.
but like really only the only composers that I really listen to are like Hans Zimmer and John Williams. I don't really go to too many other ones. So yeah, I'll just go with
Yeah.
JT. So Billy.
Oh, it was me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Alan Silvestri. I think Justin Timberlake is very overrated. Just
Yeah.
I like his stuff with NSYNC more than I do his solo work. I do like some of his songs, but most of the time it's just that music that middle class white people listen to, and it's just like, oh yeah, all right, and then they
What are you trying to
overplay
say?
it. I mean, I'm saying this as a middle class white person. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, overplayed as hell. And Alan Silvestri's made some of the greatest scores ever. I mean, you even have it in here, just Portals from Endgame, generic answer, but
Yeah.
yeah, Alan Silvestri.
Yeah. Steven?
Well, I've always thought that Justin Timberlake is actually a better actor than he is singer.
Okay.
But I had a
Have you
weird.
heard Dick in a Box?
Yeah. Right.
But I had a weird relationship with Can't Stop This Feeling. When I first heard it for the very first time, I was underwhelmed and didn't care for it. And usually, if it's a song you don't particularly care for and you hear it over and over and over again, usually you grow to hate it. But I actually kind of had the opposite reaction where the more I heard it, I actually liked it more. But still, Alan Silvestri was once again. I guess I have all the movie composers, and I have two left even after Silvestri. And yeah, he did Back to the Future, Predator, Forrest Gump. I love the score to Judge Dredd, Contact, Castaway, and Avengers Endgame. So yeah, I'm going with Alan Silvestri.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, Justin Timberlake was my pick. I think his solo stuff is great. I'm not going to spend too much time because he's already been defeated, but I do think he's great. I think Mirrors is a really great song. You got to check out the full version, not the radio edit.
Yeah.
I think he's great, and yeah, his acting too. Like it was mentioned, and yeah, he's really good at both. He can do both.
Especially as an SNL host, he's like one of the best hosts they've ever had.
I mean,
I think his performance in Social Network is phenomenal. Like I think he's great as the Napster guy. Like I think he's awesome in that movie.
And if you haven't seen Alpha Dog,
yeah, Alpha
Oh,
Dog,
because he is amazing in that.
Alpha Dog and Black Snake Moan, I think, are his two best performances.
Yeah. And he's in one of my guilty pleasure movies, In Time. Like that movie gets a lot of hate, but
Fantastic.
Oh,
Like,
I love
actually,
Andrew
really-
I
Niccol.
mean, that's a great movie.
I really
It's
like
a
it. Like
good movie. I wouldn't
No,
say
it's a bad movie with a good premise.
every time I bring it up, people are like,
Oh yeah,
they're like that movie sucks. I'm like,
you're
well,
right.
I like
you're
it a
right.
lot.
It is a guilty
Yeah.
pleasure. I was thinking.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake-
I was thinking of source code.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's good, but like Justin Timberlake action star, I do not buy. Sorry.
No.
I
No,
Social
mean,
Network is his best
In
performance.
Time.
Easily.
In Time was written and directed by Andrew Niccol, who also did Gladiator. Not Gladiator. I don't know why I said that. He also did Gattaca and the Truman, and he wrote the Truman Show.
Both.
Wow, he had
Now,
quite a
those
fall
actually
from grace
are
then, didn't he?
movies.
Yeah, those are good movies.
Yeah, but I do want to clarify that I actually do really like listening to soundtrack music. It's just that like when given the choice to listen to a soundtrack versus actual like real music where somebody's singing it, like I would always pick that probably. But I do have 3 like 1,000 song playlists on my Spotify of just soundtrack music. So I mean I do like listening to it. So
Yeah,
but
I just thought you would vote for it because of Back to the Future. That's all. I just
Yeah.
You're kind of you're betraying Marty McFly.
I know, sorry.
by voting against Alan Silvestri.
but even so he moves on, so
hmm
doesn't matter what I think. So,
Mhm.
but But coming up next, we have Big Pun going up against Michael Jackson.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Great.
Yeah.
Sorry, Austin.
Jesus Christ. Fucking
I
hell.
believe I'm up first, right?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Well,
Ay,
Well,
ay, ay.
I'm not familiar with Big Pun. I don't really know any of his music, so it's really hard to really say.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Gotcha. The non-rap fan doesn't know who Big Pun is. No surprise.
Well, I'm a rap fan. I was the one that we had Tupac on the list, but I mean, but like Michael Jackson, this one's tough because I do have certain feelings that I'm not going to get into about Michael Jackson. I think he's kind of a horrible human being, but you have to kind of try to separate the human being from the music, and so like his music's great. His music's like what's some of the best pop music ever made, and like I would have loved to go to a Michael Jackson concert if I ever could have before. Like that would have been incredible. So yeah, like he's the king of pop for a reason. I think despite everything that he's done in his personal life, he still holds the title of the king of pop for me. So I got to go with Michael Jackson. Billy?
I actually do know who Big Pun is, but Michael Jackson, are you kidding me? Like, he has some of the greatest music of all time.
Also.
I don't give a shit what he was like personally. I just care about his music.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think the obsession with his personal life was stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Thriller is a masterpiece. Not only just the music video, which is like the textbook music video. He is one of those artists that he has never had a bad song, ever. Like seriously, think about like any Michael Jackson song. They're all really good.
Really, yeah.
Seriously, I could name them off the top of my head. Like even the stuff with the Jackson 5, like his early stuff. Obviously, Beat It, Dirty Diana, Thriller, Billie Jean. Come on, Pretty Young Thing. The entire Thriller album is also a masterpiece where every song is fantastic.
Yeah.
That Free Willy song is not the greatest.
You know, but it's sung well.
Have you seen My Childhood? Was it that one? Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that one and the other one?
So it's just like,
Yeah.
but yeah, Michael Jackson easily.
Yeah. Steven?
Well, I wouldn't say the obsession with his personal life is stupid if he did, the things that he was accused of doing.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're never gonna, especially since he's long passed away, we're never gonna know.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Michael Jackson. I do think he's a little overrated, but I still like him. I'll go with Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Jacob?
First of all, no, he's not. No,
Not overrated?
Michael Jackson was on my list. He's not overrated. No,
Yeah.
properly rated. Properly rated.
Properly.
Michael Jackson was my pick. I think he's fantastic. His music videos were always great. His music is it's
some of the best music videos of all time. Yeah.
I like Big Pun. I can't tell you the names of his songs, but I know that I've heard them and they are all fantastic. He is so good. But Michael Jackson, man, like one of the greatest.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, Big Pun was he was only around for a couple of years because he died because he was 600 pounds. So there's no surprise there. Yeah, he only had one solo album called Capital Punishment, but it's a masterpiece of an album. It's great. And he founded the Terror Squad, which gave us Fat Joe. So he's around because of Big Pun, essentially. So he only had that and a Terror Squad album. So he's kind of short lived, but he was phenomenal. Like really, really great. If you're a hip hop fan, check out Big Pun. Great stuff. But yeah, even I would have a hard time voting against Michael Jackson. I mean, if Big Pun was up against 30 Seconds to Mars, maybe he'd have a better chance. But
Yeah.
Like that, for sure. All right. But yeah, Michael Jackson, moving on.
Yeah. Michael Jackson, moving on. All right. So moving on to the next one. We have Bill Haley going up against Muse. So I believe it's Billy first, right?
Billy first, yeah.
All right. You got.
Huh. I guess I'll
Can I
go
show-
Muse
Yeah.
because Bill Haley. It's literally just rock around the clock.
It's
that
not
is
just rock around the clock.
it. Yeah. Well, you ask most
How
people,
dare
but
you.
it's rock around the clock and
How
Happy
dare you.
Days.
Yeah.
I can name more Muse songs than I can Bill Haley. But no, that's just personal preference, really.
Yeah.
I honestly just don't have much to say about most of these artists. I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like meh to like either they're some of my favorite artists or I've just never heard of them or I'm just casual. And this is one of those instances where it's very casual Muse. I'm like, they're fine. They're fine.
Yeah. Well, Steven, you got.
Muse kind of sounds familiar, but I can't seem to recognize any of the songs that are listed here. But I like rock around the clock. I think that's a decent. This is decent, catchy song. So I'll go with Bill.
The Muse has the song "Resistance," probably one of their most popular ones. So.
But yeah, I'll go with Bill Haley.
Yeah. Jacob, you got.
And I'm gonna go with Muse because "Uprising" is one of my favorite songs like ever. I could listen to that.
Uprising. That's what I meant to say.
It's-
Yeah, the Resistance might be another song too, but yeah.
It's so good. Bill Haley is probably one of those I've heard, but just can't tell you the names of the songs. But like Uprising, Muse, they're gonna get my vote.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah,
You got
Bill
it.
Haley's my pick. He's way more than rock around the clock. Yes, that was his radio hit. That's the one everybody knows. But if you dig into it, he's one of the catchiest. Like all of his songs are just like super like fun, like Shake, Rattle, and Roll, Razzle Dazzle, Mambo Rock. Like when you dig into his thing, like they're all just like it's really fun, like 50s, like old school rock. It's just really bouncy, really catchy. If you can get past like just the Happy Days theme and all that shit, like get past that, 'cause all this stuff's overplayed. Like if you dig into his actual music, really fun.
Wait, did you say he did the Happy Days theme?
Yeah.
Oh, I like the Happy Days theme song actually.
Yeah. So I mean, it's much more than just those. So, but yeah, Bill Haley was on my list. He's my pick. I go back to him a lot. So Bill Haley.
Yeah, and for me, so the Muse is my pick, and like some of their songs that they have are just like masterpieces for me. And even I have an album that's called the Second Law. That's like for me personally, that's like a near masterpiece for me. That it's just like they have this song on there that's called let's see. It's called Explorers, and like that song, like for whatever reason, like it just hit me like when I first heard it, hit me like in a way where I was like, I've never heard a song that's like so powerful and just resonates with me. Like it just like almost put me like in a trance, like where I'm in like another world, floating through space or like something. And like they have music that's like really easy to get like really lost into. Like if you just really listen to like the like music behind it, and then the vocals, and then the lyrics, just like all together, like just kind of, because almost one of those bands you want to listen to where you're on some kind of drugs, like you're high or something, because it's like really just kind of just like put you in like another state of mind almost. So the Muse is one of my bucket list bands. I really want to go see them. I actually almost was able to go see them with 30 Seconds to Mars. Speaking of them, that they're actually we're doing a concert together, but I just missed that one. But yeah, the Muse. I'm gonna go with the Muse. That's my pick. So with that, the Muse is moving on.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Muse, they go by just Muse. There's no the in it, which like
Muse.
But yeah.
Muse. You call yourself a fan.
right. Just Muse, but We have Blink-182 up next, going up against Britney Spears.
Mm.
So yeah,
Okay.
and Steven, you're up.
Steven. Yep.
Oh. Let's see for a second here.
I believe Britney Spears one of your alternate picks.
Yeah. I'm more for her older stuff than I mean, I don't think the last thing I heard from her was the song she did with Madonna.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, Blink-182 is obviously a popular band. I'm sure I've heard some of their stuff, but I'll stick with my pick with Britney.
Yeah. Jacob?
Britney Spears is fine. She makes good music. I'm not gonna say it's bad. Just not something I would listen to. Blink-182, on the other hand, which is one of my picks, I could listen to all day, every day, 24/7. I don't, because sleep is a thing. But I think they're great. I think their self-titled album from 2003 is fantastic. Like top to bottom, it might be my favorite. Even some of their newer stuff is pretty good. Their 90s stuff, late 90s, early 2000s is fantastic. I think it's some of the best out there from the 90s and early 2000s. I think they're a big influence. I think.
Oh yeah.
Even some of their side projects that they've done between the three main members. I think Blink-182 is just fantastic. I could go on about them all day.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to.
right. No, but Austin, what do you got?
Hashtag free Britney Spears.
Yeah. We're gonna go with Blink-182. Like Blink-182 is freaking awesome. They're one of my favorite bands, and then one of the bands that I listened to in high school. I actually got to meet Tom DeLonge at one of the Warped tours. There was I had to wait about 2 hours in a line just to get inside. It was a trailer that he had there, but you actually got to go and have kind of like a one-on-one. Like you could bring a group of friends in with you and just kind of talk to them for 5 minutes or so. And so that was pretty cool. And me and some friends actually made a music video to the song "Damn It." So that was a lot of fun back in high school. And they have so many good songs. I feel like they inspired a lot of modern rock bands too. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go with Blink-182. Billy?
Blink-182.
You got.
I mean, yeah, Britney Spears, iconic in her own right, and yes, hashtag free Britney. But Blink-182 is one of the seminal bands that I grew up with, and honestly, I think Britney Spears is a better performer than singer. So, I mean, she seems like an all right person, but Blink-182, yeah, I could listen to them all day. Same as Jacob.
Well,
Malcolm's
this comment
wrong.
Malcolm, you gotta listen to some more Blink-182.
Trash.
Yeah, there's so many good Blink-182 songs. You gotta listen more.
Get out of here.
Yeah, right. But with that, it's Blink-182, and moving on to the next. So, we have a Bruce Springsteen up next, going against Outkast. So, and I believe Jacob's up next, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, Jacob.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And Outkast was one of my picks. I think they are fantastic. I think Andre 3000 is one of the best of all time. Just lyrically, he can hang with the best. So many good songs, so many catchy songs. Even when they did that double album, Speaker Box and The Love Below, I think that was fantastic. Yeah, somebody doesn't know who they are.
Ooh.
Somebody look up their songs. All of those songs
sorry.
are great.
Whoops.
The Art of Storytelling Part 1 and 2 are fantastic. If you haven't heard them, go check them out.
I know who they are. I meant to do that on a different tab. I just wanted to bring up a list of all their songs. I love Outkast, but anyways, go ahead.
Hey Ya is fantastic. Some might say it's been overplayed through the years, but it's still great. A fun music video. Bruce Springsteen is great. He really is. And if Outkast loses, I'm not going to be upset, but I am going to vote for Outkast.
Yeah. Austin?
I really like that movie that came out like a year or two ago about the kid who loved Bruce Springsteen. That gave me a little more appreciation for his music.
Oh yeah.
But I'm still just kind of a cat. Yeah, Blinded by yeah, it was a good movie.
Awesome.
I'm still just kind of a casual Bruce Springsteen fan. But Outkast is awesome, and Andre 3000, like Jacob was saying, is one of the most underrated pure rappers out there as well. Like he's great, and so yeah, just for that reason alone, I'll go with Outkast.
Yeah. So Fresh and So Clean. That's like one of my favorite Outkast songs, or like Miss Jackson, Hey Ya, Rosa Parks. All those songs are like really awesome, and like Bruce Springsteen for me is like really overrated to me. Like I don't get the love for Bruce Springsteen. I don't really understand why he's the greatest of all time. I don't like any of his songs. Like I've listened to like so many of his songs trying to give him a chance, but I just don't really get it. Why Bruce Springsteen's up there with like some of the greatest of all time? He's just like fine to me, but I had a chance to do something pretty cool though. So when I was living in Seattle, they have this thing called the Laser Dome that's like at the Science Center where they have all these different like lasers. So like you lay in the dark, like kind of like a planetarium situation, and they have people with these lasers that like make all kinds of things on the ceiling. They'll make all kinds of designs, all kinds of different like things from the band, and it's like so intricate that like so they had a night that's called Laser Outkast. So then like played all the Outkast songs, and then the lasers were so intricate that they were able to make a portrait of each of the members of Outkast, and then they're putting up lyrics like in writing with the laser and like all kinds of cool things that just moved around. Like because it's a pretty cool experience, like a pretty unique that like I don't know if you really find anywhere else in the world. And so like that was a lot of fun, but even like despite that, like I'm a big Outkast fan, so I'm gonna go with Outkast. Billy, what do you think?
Outkast, Bruce Springsteen is I mean, yeah, he has a couple of good songs, and can't go wrong with Clarence, but Outkast is very underrated. I also agree with everything that is said about Andre 3000. Man, is very underrated.
Yeah.
There's a reason Eminem listed in that list of rappers, and Till I Collapse.
Yep. Steven, what do you think?
So Britney Spears was my alternate number 2, and Springsteen was my alternate number 1.
Okay.
Every year, of course, during the 4th of July fireworks, they play one of the songs that's played is Born in the USA.
Yep.
And I love his songs his title songs for Dead Man Walking and The Wrestler. So yeah, I'm going with Bruce Springsteen.
I love that Born in the USA is played, even though the song is about as anti-American as you can possibly get. Yeah, if you listen to the lyrics of it, it is not pro-America, and yet people just don't realize that because it just sounds patriotic from the one part of the song they can understand. Because Bruce Springsteen is very hard to understand. Anyway,
and it's a super generic song, so like for fireworks, you're going to play the most generic thing they can come up with. So that would be one of them, right? But
Americans,
right? But with that,
you got to scroll down. You jumped all over the place when you
I know.
switched tabs.
When I switched tabs, but I can find it quick. It says, there's a slight spoiler. I'm not sure where. Oh,
there you go.
Perfect. All right. So Outkast moves on. So
all
right. So
that was another alternate of mine, but I'm glad it's
nice. So up next we with the Ramones going up against Thomas Newman. I just used that for the representation, but it's
Hmm.
Thomas Newman. So yeah. And I believe Jacob, you're up first.
No, I'm up first.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the Ramones was my pick. They're like the punk band. I mean, they're one of the great punk bands of all time. Every one of their songs is pretty much a banger. Like they're just a lot of fun. Ramones, freaking rock. I appreciate Thomas Newman, but he's nowhere near some of the other composers on the list. So yeah, Ramones by a mile.
Yeah, and I'm someone that grew up listening to a lot of punk rock, and the Ramones were a big influence on that. Like I Want to Be Sedated. That's like one of my go-to songs from the Ramones. But like, and they even have a few cover songs that are like awesome. Like they do Somebody to Love. They do like Surfing Bird. They do like a lot of those kind of songs. And like even so, like they're great songs. So yeah, like the Ramones are awesome, and they're like one of the like pioneers as far as punk rock goes. So I got to go with the Ramones. Billy?
Yeah, no, they were the punk band. I'm gonna go with the Ramones, just because I enjoy their music, and yeah, punk rock is very. You either love it or hate it, but I tend to like it. I tend to like most things, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'll choose the Ramones.
Nice. Steven?
So it's funny because I always thought I Want to Be Sedated was from Jared Leto's band because I thought he was singing back then because he does that song in an episode of My So-Called Life.
Okay. There's a cover of the Ramones.
Yeah. But obviously I find out that he didn't. But yeah, Thomas Newman, I think he's done a lot of great scores because he trying to find where do I have? Oh yeah, Thomas American Beauty. But I chose Thomas Newman for the strength, basically, of how much I love the score to the movie Meet Joe Black.
All right.
Obviously, Thomas Newman's going to be defeated here, so I'm going to stick with my pick.
Yeah. Jacob? Yeah.
Yeah, the Ramones. Like they're influential. They're so good, and yeah. If you ask me, do you want to listen to Thomas Newman or the Ramones? I'm gonna say
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ramones.
Yeah. And I love that almost every one of their songs, if you listen to it straight through, almost every one of their songs starts with them going, 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Pretty much like clockwork.
It's like a classic kind of punk rock thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Ramones moving on, and then up next we have Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers going up against REM. Solid matchup. So
Jordan.
I don't have a lot to say about these two other than I set up for the very last Tom Petty concert when he played in Seattle, so I got to see it kind of from like backstage kind of area, so that was pretty cool. But I like I'm like kind of casual fans of like both of these bands. Like they're both pretty solid. Like they're both like at least like a 6 or 7 out of 10 for me. So but probably I have to go with Tom Petty just a little more. So I'm gonna go Tom Petty. Billy?
I'm gonna go REM. I do like Tom Petty, but like he's much more old school rock, and I'm very biased, but End of the World as we know it. Come on.
Yeah.
Everybody
Classic.
Hurts. Losing My Religion. And I have seen REM live as well. They're also great.
Nice.
Yeah. So Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. You got Free Fallin', Learning to Fly. You got a lot of awesome jams from them as well. So this is a very tough pick, but I'm gonna stick with REM.
Yeah. Steven?
So these are both of my picks.
Okay.
As much as I love Tom Petty, I think I will go with REM.
Yeah. Jacob?
So where are the votes at? Is it
2-1 for REM right now.
2-1 for REM right now? Well, just because I'm very meh on both of them, I'm not huge fans. I don't dislike either of them. I will vote for Tom Petty just to make Austin break the tie.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll do this easily because I have to listen to Shiny Happy People every day at work, and I fucking hate that song. So I'll vote for Tom Petty out of spite.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Next up, we got Ed Sheeran going up against Wu-Tang Clan.
Ooh.
So, who's up first this time?
Billy's up first.
All right, Bill.
Oh,
do you got?
mother effing Wu-Tang Clan.
Hell yeah.
They are the best hip hop group ever. I mean, they're the most famous hip hop group ever. And Ed Sheeran is a very talented man, and again, a lot of his songs are way too overplayed. That's the problem. And he does have good songs, and I do appreciate that he writes his own music, but so does Wu-Tang Clan.
Mm-hmm.
And they do a bunch of other stuff. RZA makes movies as well, and they're also just huge fans of like. Yeah, he was in a movie. He didn't make a movie. That's the difference. And come on. Method Man, also great. Ghostface Killer, and
Raekwon.
also just their it's great to see that
ODB.
they just talk about the shit that they love, and one of the things they love especially is martial arts. So that's really cool to hear, like hip hop, because a lot of hip hop now is just like typical hip hop, like mumble rap and shit. But like these were one of the groups where they would just like talk about anything, and they were more inspired by like pop culture stuff more than anything. And R.I.P. Bastard.
Old Dirty Bastard.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Only one, but
Old Dirty Bastard.
the rest of them, they're still here and they're still making shit. And yeah, Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Steven? What do you think of these two?
I gotta be honest. There's probably only like one or two rappers that I would actually say yes to. I don't know if I've actually heard of any of Wu-Tang's music. So I'll go with Ed Sheeran.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, Ed Sheeran was my pick, and he's pretty high up. Depending on the day, he's one or two. I love his music. I think he's such a good songwriter. His solo stuff is great, but the collaborations he does are also fantastic. His whole collaborations album that he put out like 2017 or 18, whenever it was, I thought was fantastic. It shows the range of his musical ability. Wu-Tang Clan is great. Wu-Tang Clan is nothing to mess with. But I'm going to this time. I'm going to vote for Ed Sheeran because, like I said, he's like one or two on any given day. I think he's fantastic.
Yeah, for sure. Austin, what do you think?
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all.
Dollar bill, y'all. Yeah.
Wu-Tang was my pick. They are the greatest rap group ever. Wu-Tang rocks. If you want beef, then bring the ruckus, because Wu-Tang Clan ain't none to fuck with. And if they lose to fucking Ed Sheeran, I might turn off the stream.
Yeah. Right. Well, Austin, they're not going to lose to Ed Sheeran because shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yeah.
Yeah,
so like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like each of the members have had great solo careers. So like shout out Old Dirty Bastard for that song, but like Wu-Tang Clan, it just so good. They're one of the best rap groups of all time. They're like pioneers, and they're one that they're a group that I really want to listen to more of because I feel like I know them, but I don't really know them. Like their music goes deep, and it's something that I really like to be able to explore. I mean, Ed Sheeran's great, but like he's one ugly bastard. Like if you look at him, he is butt ugly, but he has the voice of an angel. Though. Like he has an amazing voice, and like he's even performed with like Eminem. He's performed with like a lot of big time artists, and like I do have a lot of love for Ed Sheeran, but like against Wu-Tang Clan, no, like Wu-Tang all the way. So
I'm not mad that he's losing to Wu-Tang. If he lost to somebody else, I might be a little upset. But no, another thing about Wu-Tang, I think Method Man is seriously underrated. I think he does not get talked about enough when it comes to some of the greatest to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jacob, you mean METHOD, man. METHOD, man. That's right.
Yeah. So
we can just forget about how high.
Clan. Moving on. Oh yeah, yeah. That movie's kind of interesting, but moving on. We have Metallica going up against Glenn Hansard, which is a pick of Stevens. I've never heard of him, so you have to explain this about Glenn Hansard.
Well, Stevens voting first, so he can explain it.
All right.
Well, he co-wrote and co-performs the song "Falling Slowly" from the movie Once that won the Oscar.
Okay.
And another song he did that I really love is
Once is great.
Is called. I actually never saw the movie, but I love the song.
It's a great movie.
And the other song he did that I love is "This Gift," which he did for the movie "The Odd Life of Timothy Green." I love both of those songs, so yeah, I'm gonna go with Glenn Hansard. Even I doubt he'll go through because I know Metallica is a very popular band, but I'm going with Glenn Hansard.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, if you haven't heard Falling Slowly, you definitely should because it is a fantastic song.
Yeah.
But because it's the only song I know by Glenn Hansard, I've wanted to check out more of his music since I saw the movie once and listened to it. I actually listened to the song before I saw the movie. The song made me want to check out the movie. But Metallica, like how do you vote against Metallica? They're one of the greatest. They're one of the greatest of all time. Master of Puppets, like, is on the screen. I could list their songs for days, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna vote for Metallica and leave it at that.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, Metallica's on my list. I mean, come on, Enter Sandman, For Whom the Bell Tolls, One. I mean, they've made some of the greatest rock songs of all time. I mean, just period. So Metallica's great, and yeah, Metallica all the way.
Yeah, Metallica powered me through 5 miles when I was running a race with a friend of mine because one of my roommates, he was an ultra runner, so like he's a psychopath. He runs 24-hour races and 100-mile races through the freaking mountains, like, and he does it on like a monthly basis. Like it's just crazy, like how he's even able to do it. But every once in a while, I'll go like do support for him, where like I like prepare him food, prepare him drinks, like some supplements to kind of power him through it. And then every once in a while, I'll even run one of the legs of the race with them. So like Metallica, I remember one of the legs that I ran with him. It was at 1 o'clock in the morning, so it was pitch dark out running through this park, and I just had my headphones on, and I ran 5 miles, and I just cranked up the Metallica, and that powered me through. So like that was my motivation. So like I always remember that moment. But yeah, Metallica's awesome. They're like one of the best rock bands of all time. So I gotta go Metallica. Billy?
Metallica. Every reason's already been said, but yeah, I could rock the F out to them. I don't know who Glenn Hansard is. I'm sure he's a fine gentleman, but
yep, right, fine gentleman.
And come on, man, the opening credits of Zombieland, those like slow motion credits to the Bell Tolls is one of the great opening credits of all time.
No,
I mean, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
For whom the bell toll. As he's just shooting zombies. Great. Come on,
Enter
great.
Sandman.
Yeah,
it's Enter Sandman, dude. Enter Sandman alone should put them through
Or-
most of these things. Yeah.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like,
Like-
so many good ones.
I totally
Yeah.
forgot about Zombieland. That's a great callback.
Oh yeah.
Like also,
Oh yeah.
like also, every time that I think of Beavis and Butthead doing the little head banging thing, I always think Metallica. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, the
so-
shirts they're wearing are Metallica and another band that might be coming up here in a minute.
Yeah, right.
Oh, we know.
yeah. So Metallica moves on.
Mhm.
So next up we have NF going up against Jack Johnson. So and who's up first now?
Jacob.
Okay.
Again,
Jacob,
both my
yeah.
picks.
Nice.
So I love Jack Johnson. I think he is a phenomenal artist. I think the Curious George soundtrack is
Yes.
really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, the song
I would second
Upside Down is so good.
Love it.
A few others. He's lower on my list, but I think he's great. I think Upside Down, Banana Pancakes, Better Together. He's got some really good songs, and it's really easy listening. NF, however, is my like with Ed Sheeran. It's 1 or 2 depending on the day. He's actually I got the logo on my hat. I've seen him in concert twice, and his music. He's a rapper. He's like well known, but not well known at the same time. Like he has his hardcore fan base. He's every album he put out, he just keeps getting better. His lyrics, his slogan is real music, and it's so true. His music, like lyrically, it's on point. His storytelling is there, and just music with a message. If you want that, listen to NF. NF has my vote.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah.
We got
Jack Johnson is fine. Nothing sticks for me with, but I haven't heard of NF. But Jacob, you just sold me on it, so I'll vote for NF and give you the vote. There you go. You sold me. I'm gonna add it to my Spotify listen list. Sounds good.
Well, actually, I have heard of NF, and my ex-wife introduced me to NF, and like, man, like in my opinion, like he's one of the greatest rappers of all time. Like he's so freaking amazing. Like the writing and like the power behind the song, like he's just one of those artists that love to crank up as loud as it can go and just get like pumped up. It's just so good. The music's super powerful. Like the music beat behind the lyrics was great, and then the lyrics are amazing. And then he can fast rap. He can do like all like slow rap. He can do and like
And
anywhere in
sing.
between. Yeah, and he can sing too. Like he's freaking amazing. Like he's the one that like I was introduced to maybe about 2-3 years ago, but like ever since, man, like he just like skyrocketed straight to the top of my favorite artists of all time.
Yeah.
Like he was
Only
on my
been
list.
around for 5 years too.
Yeah, he was on my list, but you had him higher, so but I have him as an alternate. But also Jack Johnson though, like that's a huge one that has been played in my family a lot. Like my whole family's massive Jack Johnson fans, especially my brother who's only 2 years younger than me. He's a huge Jack Johnson fan. Like he's always playing his album. It's just kind of fun, chill, like relaxing music. Just kind of chill out and just like be happy, you know. Like it's just. And also shout out to the Curious George album. I think that album's great, actually. Yeah. but even so, like NF though, like it's just so good. Like if you haven't heard of NF, like stop what you're doing and listen to NF because
Okay, sounds good.
he's freaking awesome. So yeah. All right, see ya. I'll just cancel him out of the stream.
Oh wait, you told me. You told me to go stop what I'm doing.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
Sorry.
right. But anyway, my pick is NF. So, Billy.
Yeah, I'll pick NF. I think he's an incredible rapper, and Jack Johnson. He's in the same vein of like super mellow music that is great to listen to, like James Taylor or something. But NF is just like, I think he's really cool.
Yeah, he's awesome.
That's it.
Yeah, Steven?
Yeah, this Jack Johnson guy sounds interesting. He was a
Yeah.
former professional surfer. He's a documentary filmmaker, according to this. So I'll go with Jack Johnson.
Yeah. Well,
Awesome.
Yeah,
When you listen to,
NF moves on.
yeah, awesome. When you listen to him, I always recommend starting at the beginning, but with NF, like if you look up his Clouds mixtape,
The Clouds.
it's so good. Like he does a song with Hobson and another song with Tech Nine.
That's the one that popped up most. So yeah, I'll put that on my Spotify list and I'll listen to some tomorrow. Definitely. Yeah, sure.
It's incredible stuff. But moving on, we got Jay-Z going up against CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival. So, and so you first,
first, yeah, I like Jay-Z, but CCR's on my list. It's amazing how many great songs they did within like a 4-year span of them being together, and that was really it. Like almost all their songs were hits. I mean, Have You Ever Seen the Rain, Bad Moon Rising, Fortunate Son. I mean, just like every one of their songs is pretty recognizable. Just really great, like cool kind of 70s rock. So yeah, I like Jay-Z, but I'm gonna go CCR.
Yeah. If I got to see a CCR in a concert, actually at the local fair, on the same place where I saw Styx. So, when I saw them though, they were Creedence Clearwater Revisited, and so they didn't have John Fogerty, their lead singer. Like, I've heard that the rumors they might be getting back together for a tour, but they had a falling out big time. So like John Fogerty, he ended up taking like a good chunk of the songs with them that they're not allowed to perform anymore, which is too bad. But the replacement singer that they had was like super solid though. Like he sounded just like John Fogerty. So like they did a good job at finding a replacement. But Jay-Z's on my list. Like Jay-Z is like one of the like rappers that I grew up with. Like he just had so much influence on like why I love rap so much today. Like even some of the old stuff, like it's a Hard Knock Life, like Big Pimpin', like just like a lot of his old stuff, like the Jay-Z that I really love. I'm not as big on newer stuff. Like Jay-Z was number 16 on my list, but I'm a huge Jay-Z fan. So like I'll listen to his new stuff still, but like I really gravitate to his first 3 albums probably. So, but I'm gonna go with Jay-Z. Billy?
Creedence Clearwater Revival. I mean, yeah, for me, John Fogerty's voice is just so unique, and I can name a lot more CCR music. Jay-Z now looks like buckwheat, and he raps about shit that nobody cares about. It's weird, but I mean, he has fallen off quite a bit, and I mean, New York State of Mind is an amazing, just with him and Alicia Keys is an awesome song, and just like early Jay-Z is great, but yeah, CCR.
Yeah.
I think when you have like $1 billion at this point, you can kind of take it easy.
Yeah, right.
You don't even have to do.
It's not such a hard life anymore. I think.
And also, I mean, you literally don't have to do a thing.
No.
So it's like
do whatever you want.
I mean, and also he had a quote. He's just like, you can always listen to my old music, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Right.
I don't need to listen to your new shit because I don't like it.
Yeah.
Same. Steven, you got?
Yeah, so after looking at the songs, some of the songs they've done, I will definitely go with Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah.
Almost every one of almost every one of their songs is like recognizable. Like you guarantee you've heard it somewhere. Like it's pretty great. Like what they put out in just a couple of years.
At the very least, you hear that one song that they always play whenever there's a Vietnam movie.
Yeah, like Fortunate Son.
Bad Moon Rising. Bad Moon Rising was in like the King Kong trailer, the Skull Island trailer. Like I see
Werewolf in London.
Yeah, and like Born on the Bayou. Like everybody knows these songs. Yeah.
They play that in every freaking Vietnam.
Oh, every Vietnam.
time.
Forrest Gump, everything. Yeah. Platoon, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. Yep.
Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, Jay-Z's got 99 Problems, and apparently losing to Creedence Clearwater Revival is one of them.
Yeah, right.
It's one of them. Yep.
Yeah. Well, then with that, Creedence Clearwater
Creedence is moving
Revival.
on.
Moving
Hey,
on.
cool.
All right. So coming up next, we got My Chemical Romance. Going up against Nickelback.
Nickelback.
Somebody has
Nickelback
Nickelback.
still rears their
Oh.
ugly head, even in this
Yeah.
tournament.
Yep, even
I'm
in this
sure
Can't
we'll have
escape.
plenty to say about Nickelback.
Oh yeah.
Jordan.
Well, so I will say that I've seen both of these bands in concert, and like Nickelback actually wasn't too bad when I saw them. Like, I'm not a huge Nickelback fan, but I saw them playing with the band Bush back in the day, and I'll just say that I enjoyed Bush and I kind of enjoyed Nickelback. They're all right, but I mean, I don't really have the hate everybody has for them. I don't really understand that, but My Chemical Romance is just freaking amazing. Like Gerard Way, like he's an incredible singer. My Chemical Romance was also my pick, and like there's been rumors that they're getting back together for quite a while. I don't even know if they already have, possibly, but they have some amazing music that like really speaks to me. Just the way that they sing, like I'm Not Okay, like probably one of my favorites by them. But like they are just awesome. So yeah, My Chemical Romance. Oh, and I met them at the Warped Tour before anyone knew who they are. So that was a cool thing. They're just like sitting all alone at their booth. So, but yeah, how about My Chemical Romance? Billy?
What's wrong with Nickelback? I mean, everybody hates them because they were like on like the top 100 charts for like so long. And I can't name quite a few songs from Nickelback, but
Yep.
My Chemical Romance. Are you kidding me? That was
Yeah.
like the voice of a generation. Welcome to the Black Parade is like the
Yes.
voice. And like I will still blare and scream my lungs out in the car listening to My Chemical Romance just because I want to. It's one of my favorite bands.
Nice.
Nickelback does not deserve the hate, as much of the hate. A little bit, yes. But, I mean, I don't know, maybe because they're Canadian or whatever, but or because they got overplayed as well. But My Chemical Romance.
Yeah. Steven?
Yeah, so when I said that one of my picks is a song that as a band that everyone seems to hate on,
Yeah.
it's Nickelback.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I love Someday. I think Someday is a great song. And the other one that I just recently listened to as I was going back, listening to some of these previous songs. Where is it? Oh yeah, how you remind me.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Nickelback.
Yeah. Sure, yeah, there's no shame in it, so. Jacob?
Yeah, no, I do like Nickelback. I don't hate their music. I think most of it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But My Chemical Romance, like their music is fantastic. I can blast it when my neighbors aren't home, and just have a good time. And also not have a good time with some of their songs. But no, like they're great, and their fan base is passionate too. Like they have a great fan base.
Yeah.
So, and great music as well.
My ex-fiance was was part of their fan base. That's why she bought us tickets to the concert. I probably wouldn't have gone without her. So, Austin,
I'm mild. I mean, I don't like hate Nickelback. I think it's just fascinating that it's like become this reference point, this butt of a joke, over like a band that was really only popular for like a little while. But the problem is they just got overplayed for like 2 years straight, and just everybody was just like, enough, like go away. Jacob would understand this. They had X-Pac heat. If Jacob understands what that means. So they were just everywhere, and everybody just got sick of him. So I mean, I've been meaning to listen to more of My Chemical Romance because what I've heard I like. So I'll vote for them.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
with that, My Chemical Romance, it is. All right.
Look at this photograph.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You
I do
also
appreciate
gotta
the
admit,
memes we got from that.
The
Yeah.
Nickelback memes are
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, we're the best. But
Yeah.
we have Eminem going up against AC/DC.
Oh no!
Oh, that's gonna be the hardest
Man,
one.
this
'Cause
one's tough.
I fucking love both of these guys.
Yeah.
Shit! I knew this was coming.
Man, I was
Right.
expecting him to go up against anyone
Eminem
else.
against Busta Rhymes.
Jesus.
Who's up first?
Billy down at the bottom.
All right,
Of
Billy.
course, I get the
You
hardest
got
one.
yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, this is really tough. Oh man, I mean AC/DC. I don't even need to say anything about them. You could literally play their music in any movie and it would work.
Mhm.
But Eminem legitimately is one of the greatest rappers ever. He's still making great shit,
Still.
and like I will bust "Lose Yourself" anytime at a karaoke bar. I don't care. And yeah, 8 Mile is. I mean, it won an Oscar for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
I just gotta, it really just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. But I think I'm gonna go AC/DC. Just
Yeah.
because like I could they are the rock band. Like when you think of rock bands, AC/DC is on the Mount Rushmore. And
Mhm.
as much as it pains me to say this because I love Eminem. And yeah, AC/DC.
Yeah. Steven? You got?
So I'm not a huge rap fan, but Eminem is probably like the one rapper that I think is all right. And Lose Yourself is probably the one rap song that I actually really love. So I will go with Eminem.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, Eminem was on my list. I was one of those. I was one of those white kids who always wore a white shirt. And my mom did hair, so she dyed my hair blonde. I was one of those kids.
Oh.
In my early teenage years, I learned after that. No, I think Eminem is fantastic. I think his first 3 albums, his main studio albums, I'm not counting Infinite. I think his first 3, like they're nearly perfect. I think they're so good. They Lose Yourself is fantastic. Even some of his, like he has had some flops. He's definitely had some misses. But like his last 2 or 3 albums, like he's been hitting it. I think he's reinvented himself because he wasn't known as a fast rapper when he first came out. Even though he could. But he's kind of grown as rap has grown, I think. So my vote's gonna go to Eminem, but AC/DC is fantastic. Like if Eminem loses to AC/DC, I will not be upset.
Yep. Austin, what do you think? Sounds tough.
This is tough, but AC/DC is my number one. It's not my number one on my list. AC/DC has been my favorite band ever since I just blind bought Back in Black at Walmart when I was like 12 years old. And I bought every single one of their CDs. Like I have them. I still have them all. I've grown more of an appreciation for the Bon Scott era because it's kind of more punk and like more fast. Like it's completely different, but like they're both great depending on the mood that you're in. Dude, they've been around for 50 years. They just put out another album. 50 years.
Just put another
still
album.
Going. Still going strong. Like, it's incredible. Like, they are the rock band. Like, the rock band. So, AC/DC.
And they're going on tour again. Like, reunited
Yeah.
for another tour. So, it's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, this one's tough. But for me, I got to give it to Eminem. Like Eminem is the GOAT. Like in my opinion, Eminem is the greatest the greatest rapper of all time. He's the GOAT. Like every single album that he puts up is a straight up banger. Every single one. Like when people say he has some misses, but for me, not very many misses. Like you're just so good. Like he can make up stuff on the spot. Like he's even had some YouTube videos that he put out where he just freestyles and he just goes for it. Like he can just come up with like fire stuff. And like even his last couple of albums that he had, like that song, Godzilla, when it came out, where he's fast rapping, that song blew my freaking mind. Like when I heard it, I'm like, what am I listening to? This is blowing my freaking mind. What the heck? And like I was like literally having like a visceral reaction to it. Like it was so freaking good. And like I don't care what anyone says. Like if they think he's overrated, like I don't care. Like I'll fight you to the death. But like Eminem is the greatest rapper of all time, and like number one, and like nobody will beat him in my opinion. So yeah, like as far as rap artists go, like he's gonna beat out anyone for me. I mean, it's tough to go up against AC/DC. AC/DC is great. Like I'm a huge AC/DC fan. Like I love him to pieces, but like you're not gonna beat Eminem in my book. So.
God damn it!
Billy?
Why couldn't AC/DC be up against Evanescence or 36
Yeah.
Mars?
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? Come on,
on.
dude. How does
Yeah.
AC/DC go out in the first round? Come on now, they're like the greatest rock band of all time. Like not even
My
close.
favorite band went out in the first round. So.
This should have been this could have been the finals.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah. But anyways,
Stupid.
Eminem
band.
moving on. That's it. So.
Damn.
But
You know what? Have a nice night,
sorry.
guys.
Yeah. All right.
Bitch. Damn it.
See you later. That'll make it easier for our picks to make it too, right?
Yeah.
but up next we have James Horner, another composer, going up against Coldplay.
Ugh.
So
You kidding?
so who's up first? Steven, right?
Steven.
Yeah.
Dude.
So James Horner is actually my favorite movie composer. So I will go with James Horner.
Yeah. Jacob?
I'm not really a Coldplay fan.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think Yellow is pretty good. I do like that song. I just haven't really gone back to listen to it much. So yeah, I'll go James Horner, I guess. This is a very man matchup for me because, like I said, I don't listen to movie scores a lot. So I mean,
Yeah. Well, Austin?
Not a Coldplay fan either. James Horner did the score to my favorite movie, Aliens. So I'll go with James Horner.
Yeah.
And Star Trek 2.
Yeah. Like James Horner's great, but I'm a massive Coldplay fan. Like their song "Every Teardrop Is a Waterfall." That song really got to me. Like it's just a pretty powerful song. I remember listening to that song on like repeat over and over when it came out. Or like "Viva La Vida" or "Fix You." Like they have a lot of great songs that are just awesome. Or like "Paradise." Like they're solid. And I heard they put on an incredible show too, like an incredible concert. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Coldplay hands down. And that was my pick. So they're like mid-level. I think they were like number like 8 on my list or something. So yeah. Billy?
Cool.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, we're still going.
Yeah. We're still going.
It's
yeah.
almost midnight
Yeah.
here. I am tired as shit, but I am going to pick James Horner easily.
Yeah.
Well, don't
It's
worry,
actually
Billy.
almost-
I mean, don't get me
When
wrong.
we get past these brackets, like when we get to these inner ones, we're gonna plow through these. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
like
no,
it's gonna
I
literally
know,
gonna be
but
like
I am
10-second
tired.
votes.
Fly.
Like
Yeah.
10-second votes.
I get
It's
up
gonna
very
go fast.
early, so this is
Yeah.
weird for me.
Yeah.
Luckily, I don't have work tomorrow, so it's fine. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Say it.
Well, I do.
I'm probably gonna watch What If after this. But
If you gotta head to bed for any reason or like jump off, you're totally
no,
welcome
it's
to.
fine. I'm gonna pick James Horner. I mean, Coldplay they're fun to make fun of, and I mean, the 40-year-old virgin has a great joke where they're just like, you know why you're gay? Because you like Coldplay.
yeah.
Coldplay.
True. Yeah.
And James Horner, just like some of the best music ever. I mean, you even see it right there: Avatar, Braveheart, Titanic. Even though Titanic is an overrated movie, the score is still fantastic.
No, it's not.
No, that's not even my hottest Titanic take. But James Horner was just taken from this world too
Yeah. Way
too
soon.
soon.
Yeah.
And,
Tragic.
I mean, I respect Coldplay, but it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. With that, then I guess James Horner's moving on. So,
Mhm.
all right.
So we do have a couple of
Yeah.
composers in the tournament,
Yeah.
so in play. So we'll see how
The
far
first
they
round's
go.
over. Woo! All right. So
Oh, all right.
we fly
All
through. We
right.
can
So
make it
now
through
that
it.
now
pretty
that we've
quick.
gotten all the pleasantries, made our recommendations for the ones we're not familiar with, let's put it into to high gear and 10-second or less votes starting now. Let's do it. Let's plow through and get to a champion. So.
Hold on. Come on, website. Website likes to be like really picky sometimes. Of like,
Mhm.
come on, frick, almost there. Come on. Okay, there we go. We've already seen who's all in the list, so there's not really any spoilers, but we got some 41 going up against Tupac, so is what we
Okay.
have here.
All right.
So is
All right.
it
So
Jacob?
Jacob first. Uh-huh.
All right.
I'm gonna
Here
go
you
with
go.
Tupac here.
Yeah. Austin?
Tupac.
I'm gonna go with some 41. Billy?
Oh, Tupac.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Steven?
I don't know. I like him as an actor, so even though I'm not a big fan of rap, I'll go with Tupac.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or should we say Tupac Shakur?
Yeah, right.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I'm not mad about it because they're both my picks, so I mean I'm fine with it.
Mhm.
So we have Weezer next up going against 30 Seconds to Mars. So
30 Seconds to
Austin.
Mars made an AC/DC didn't. Jesus Christ.
They're not a bad band. Come on.
Weezer.
Freaking good. But even so, I'm still gonna vote Weezer, yeah.
Say so.
Yeah.
Weezer.
Yeah. Steven?
30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah. Jacob?
Weezer.
Yep. Weezer's moving on. All right. Up next we got Elton John going up against Aerosmith. Ooh.
Too much. All right.
Kind of more of a classic pick. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
Jordan.
I'm up first. Man, this might be one of the toughest ones so far. I think probably Elton John just squeaks it out for me. I think I got to go Sir Elton. So Billy?
So Elton John.
Yeah. Steven?
This is tough. Aerosmith by hair.
Yep. Jacob?
I have to sneeze and it's not coming out. Sorry. I'm gonna go Elton John.
So Elton John.
Mhm.
Austin?
Aerosmith, but I'm not mad about Elton John going through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit funny.
Yeah. Right.
Just feeling it.
It's a little bit funny. Yep. But we got Linkin Park up next against the Foo Fighters. Ooh, that's kind of
That's
a
a
cool
good
matchup.
That's a good.
Ooh, good.
That'd be a
That's a
great
good
crossover.
early 2000s. Yeah, maybe 2000s. Yeah, band matchup. Billy.
Can you imagine that
first.
concert?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I'll go Linkin Park.
Yeah. Steven?
Yeah, I'll go with Linkin Park.
Jacob?
I'm gonna go Foo Fighters.
All right. Austin?
Respect that.
The Hybrid Theory album is better than anything Foo Fighters have ever done. Linkin Park.
Yep. I would agree with that wholeheartedly. Yep. So the Hybrid Theory. Yep. So I'm going to go with Linkin Park.
So Jacob, in the end, it doesn't even matter.
No. Yeah.
Sorry,
But-
man. I love Foo Fighters too.
Yes. Same. But
Linkin Park
the
did
Beatles up next. We got going against Hans Zimmer.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All
So it's
right.
tough.
Mr. Steven, you're up first on this
Yeah.
one. You gonna stick with your pick?
Well, they're both my picks.
Both my pick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go. That's right.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go with the Beatles. I as much as I love Hans Zimmer.
Well, Jacob.
I'll go Hans Zimmer.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, I'm only a casual Beatles fan, much bigger fan of Hans Zimmer, so I'll go Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, and unlike last time where I usually went against the the composer, I'm actually going to go Hans Zimmer this time. So, Billy?
Hans Zimmer. I mean, this hurts me a little.
Yep.
Beatles. I love Beatles, but yeah, Hans Zimmer. I can name so many of his themes.
Yeah.
I guess out of all the music composers, he's probably the one that's going to make it the farthest.
I mean, also, it's just like
well, he's
definitely
he's a rock star composer.
He's
a rock star composer.
I got to rewrite
awesome.
The Superman. I got to rewrite Superman. What if I just put like 50 drums in a room? It's like, who would have thought of that? But it works.
Like incredible. Yeah.
I mean, I'm actually not a big fan of that movie, but his score is one of the better things about it.
Mm-hmm.
Or shout out
when you talk to me about that.
Yeah. Or shout out Parts of the Caribbean, which no one's mentioned yet. I mean,
he did Pirates.
Yeah. Yep. So.
I mean, my main issue with Man of Steel is it turns into a Michael Bay movie in the third act.
It does not, but let's just get past
it doesn't. Right. It's much better than Michael Bay movie. Way better.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. But up next, we have The Offspring against the Dolly Rots.
Jolly Rots.
All right.
A little band that could.
Yeah, right.
These are both the little bands, I guess.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Let's see him keep going. I'm going to go with the Dolly Rots.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, the lead singer gave me a hug. The Dolly Rots.
Nice. Well, The Offspring's on my bucket list, so I got to go with The Offspring. So, Billy?
Dolly Rots.
Ooh,
hell yeah. All right. Nice.
Steven? Who would you vote for?
I would vote for The Offspring since I've at least heard of one of their songs.
Yeah, right. No, not mad about
the Dolly Rots. You know what the Dolly Rots is going to do in this tournament? One of their songs called Jackie Chan. They're going to fight like Jackie Chan. Boom, 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 boom.
Nice.
Going to whoop your ass and then you fight like Jackie Chan. Oh yeah.
Right on. Well, we got Busta Rhymes going up against Panic at the Disco.
Panic at the Disco. Okay.
All right.
I'm up first.
First.
Yeah, Busta Rhymes is mine. He's still one of the greatest rappers out there. Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, and Panic at the Disco was mine, and just after going to their actual concert, it was the one of the best concerts I've ever been to. So I got to go with Panic at the Disco. Billy?
Panic at the Disco.
Yeah. Steven?
Panic at the Disco.
Yeah. Jacob?
What a shame. Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, by a mile. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You're right. It's not tragedies.
Yeah, exactly.
Busta Rhymes will break your neck.
Yeah, he'll break your neck.
Yep, right. But
I keep going with all these.
Next we got Queen going up against Jerry Goldsmith.
That would also be a great crossover.
Yeah, right. Actually, it would be. So,
I mean, Queen did do the Flash Gordon soundtrack. It's kind of like Star Trek.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Flash. Oh, Jordan.
If I'm up first, I got to go Queen hands down. This is easy. Like Queen by a mile. Billy?
Queen.
Yeah. Steven?
Well, he's going to lose, but I don't really care who goes far. But I'll give some love to Jerry Goldsmith.
Yeah. Jacob?
Oh, Queen, hands down.
Yep. Austin?
Queen, one of their most underrated songs, a song called "It's Late." Go look it up. It's at the end of the end credits of Observer Report. It's awesome. It's great.
Oh, nice. So check it out. Yeah. Queen moving on. That's the end of that side. All right. Making some progress. Here we go.
Yeah. See, so once we get out of those outer brackets, this goes quick. We'll get the winner quickly.
Yeah.
Now we've all made our recommendations. Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Everybody has, at least on this panel. Yeah.
So we got Rob Zombie going up against Simple Plan.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Similar bands. Very similar.
Oh yeah. Very similar. Yeah. So
Billy,
you're up first.
I'll go Rob Zombie.
Yeah. Steven?
Simple Plan.
Yeah. Jacob?
I'm gonna go Rob Zombie.
All right. Austin?
She had a corpse under her bed. Rob Zombie, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna vote Simple Plan just for the nostalgia factor for me, but I'm not mad about Rob Zombie moving on, so I'm totally fine with it. So
Mhm.
Who was 30 Seconds to Mars up against? Malcolm asked. I forgot.
In the
I can't
first
remember.
round?
In the first round, I think.
When we scroll back over, we can look real quick. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
remember either.
Bro,
yeah, we'll look again.
Malcolm. No. Lincoln
Yeah.
Park. I do
Yeah.
not stand for the Lincoln Park slander either.
Yes, yes.
You're cr-
Not
just
any
like
Park slander in
kicking-
here.
You're like kicking my
No, no.
heart across the room like a soccer ball.
Same. But we have Alan Silvestri going up against Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Oh wow.
sorry, Alan.
Yeah, sorry.
Steven.
Sorry, Al.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to get his ass kicked, but I'm voting for Alan Silvestri.
Yeah.
Contrarian.
Jacob?
Yeah, Michael Jackson's moonwalking to the next round.
Yep, exactly. Austin?
Yeah. Michael Jackson's just bad. He's bad.
Yep. We'll see.
He's bad.
Probably literally.
We'll see
Who's
Billie
bad?
Jean rock our world in the next round. So
Mhm.
It's me, Billie Jean.
Billy?
Yeah, no, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
I'm kind of surprised
Yeah.
Prince wasn't on here.
Yeah, right.
Nobody had
I-
Prince.
I
Nobody had
Six
him.
Prince.
I prefer Prince to Michael Jackson, actually.
Yeah, it's either you prefer Prince or Michael
Yeah.
Jackson. I'm Michael Jackson personally.
Me too.
I'm not a Prince fan, so yeah.
I like Prince,
That's just me,
but he can't compare. He can't hold
Yeah,
with Michael
no,
Jackson.
no. But we have Muse going up against Blink-182. All right. So it is
Jacob.
Jacob.
Uprising might be one of my favorite songs, but Blink-182 is one of my favorite bands. I'm gonna go Blink-182.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, I'm not a big Muse fan. I'll go with early, like 99 to 2003 Blink-182. Yeah, Blink-182.
Yeah.
Jordan.
And I'm feeling the same way. I got a sneeze that doesn't want to come out. That's why I was pausing for a minute. I'm like, is it going to come? Is it going to come out? No. Okay. Well, this one's tough because these are both two of my all-time favorite bands, but I think I'm going to go with Muse just because I feel like they might be slightly underrated here, so I want to give them some love. So yeah. Billy?
Blink-182.
Yeah. Steven?
I don't really have a personal preference, so I will go with the majority of Blink-182.
Yeah. Well, with that, Blink-182 is moving on. All right.
Mhm.
So, up next we have Outkast going up against the Ramones. Ooh.
Okay.
Interesting matchup.
Yeah.
I'm up first.
All right.
I got to go with my pick of the punk band, Ramones. I gotta stick
Yeah.
with
This one's tough. But I'm not sure. Like probably I'm gonna end up going with Outkast just by a fraction of a hair though. So, Outkast. Billy?
I'm gonna go with the Ramones.
Yeah. Steven?
Ramones.
Yeah.
Dang.
Jacob?
I'm gonna go Outkast. I still think Andre 3000 is one of the best.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
oh,
he's
yeah.
he's.
But yeah, I'm not upset they're losing to the Ramones.
No.
Mhm.
They've been.
Ramones.
Some of these, if
Ramones.
they're gonna lose to somebody, I just want them to lose to somebody good. I mean,
Yeah.
at least AC/DC lost to Eminem, but like if they were up against anybody else, they would have won. Things like that. I don't know.
Hey,
That's all.
They are
Let's
now
go.
out. They are
Hey,
now
no.
outcasts.
let's go.
Yeah.
And they also
Look at Tom Petty made it, but not AC/DC.
Tom Petty,
Get the
yeah.
fuck outta here. Get out of here.
Well, Tom
Get
Petty's
outta
going
here.
to go against Wu-Tang Clan, so
Yeah,
Jordan, you're up.
Jordan.
it's me first.
Yeah.
I got to go on Wu-Tang hands down
Hmm.
by a mile. So, Billy.
Wu-Tang Clan.
Steven?
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty, all right. Jacob?
Just because I know how Austin's gonna vote. Because I want to give a spite vote for knocking
Sure.
one of my favorites out. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with Tom Petty.
Sure.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Awesome.
And I'm going with I'm going with Tom Petty. No, I'm just kidding. Fucking Wu-Tang.
Well,
of course.
Nope.
I'm just kidding.
Nope. You already said it. Sorry, no.
Yeah, right.
That's good. No, we're gonna go
See,
through
now you
Wu-Tang.
screwed it all up.
Yep. Yeah, there we go. So, Wu-Tang Clan moving on, and then we got Metallica up next, going against NF. Ooh. This one's really tough. But Billy,
Billy's up first.
I'm gonna go Metallica.
Yeah.
I can't betray it. I got it.
Yeah.
Do
Steven?
the right thing, Steven.
Yeah.
I don't
Do
know.
the right thing.
I don't know what you guys think are the right thing, but I've always said there's only one rapper.
On the bottom.
There's only one rapper that I'd be willing to vote here. So Metallica.
Yeah. Jacob?
I have to go NF. He is.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I have to. Like,
Mad respect, though.
Yeah. Austin?
And Exit Light, Enter Night. Metallica's moving on.
Well, with you, Jacob, I got to go NF. NF is just like incredible. I never thought I'd be voting NF over Metallica, but man, NF is just amazing. But
I'm just glad he made it to the second round.
yeah, right.
I didn't think he was going to make it past the first.
Yeah, so. But Metallica moves on. So we have CCR going up against My Chemical Romance. All right. Okay.
All right.
So
Steven.
CCR.
Yeah. Jacob?
MCR.
Yeah, right. MCR. Austin?
I'm Born on the Bayou. Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah, for me, like CCR is just a little. Well, this is like being very nitpicky, but like a little too generic for me. But like only by a little bit. So I got to go My Chemical Romance. So.
So it's all up to me.
Yep, it's all up to you.
Yep, 2-2.
I'll go MCR.
Ooh, so with that, My Chemical Romance moving on. Woo!
I do like CCR though.
Yeah. Same here. Yeah, I like them too. But we have Eminem going up against James Horner. All right. Very interesting matchup. Huh?
Come on.
But at least some composers made it a little ways. But who's up first?
Jacob.
Jacob. Okay.
Yeah, Eminem.
Yeah.
Justice for AC/DC.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, out of spite of Eminem knocking out AC/DC, I'm going to vote James Horner.
Ooh, okay.
I love
no way that I'm going to vote James Horner over Eminem, so it's got to be Eminem. Huh. Billy?
Eminem.
Yep. Steven?
I mean, I don't mind Eminem moving forward. Even he's like the one rapper that I think is all right, but I would still go with James Horner.
Yeah.
You're right. He's just all right.
Yeah. No, he's not. He's the GOAT.
Well, I know that.
And
he was on my list. He was on my list, Jordan. He was just
right.
Somebody had him higher. He knocked out ACD. I'm pissed because he knocked out ACDC.
Let's end of that round. So we're into the Sweet 16. So
okay. We got to see from Malcolm. Who the hell? What was the 30 Seconds to Mars? Who did they beat out originally? When you scroll back over, when you scroll back to the left.
30 Seconds to Mars. Let's see. They were. I don't even know where they even were.
But
I don't know. By the top somewhere. Oh yeah,
Joyner Lucas.
Joyner Lucas. Okay.
Because nobody knows who Joyner Lucas is.
Yeah, right. Gotcha.
Yep. So
okay.
Up next, Tupac versus Weezer.
Tupac and Weezer.
Yeah.
All right.
this is Austin.
All right, I'm up first. Yeah, I'm up first. Tupac. We need some rappers, more rapper representation. Tupac.
I got to go Tupac, I think. Yeah. Billy?
Tupac.
Yeah. Steven?
Guess I'm the contrarian again. Weezer.
Yeah. Jacob?
Man, yeah. I think I Tupac.
Only God can judge.
It's really tough, though.
God. So, yeah. Yeah. But up next, we got Elton John.
Oh, by the way, we should say that we're voting on the Elite Eight right now, so these will be in the poll, right? Whoever makes it through this round.
Yeah, who makes
So
it?
Tupac's the first
through
one
this
on
round?
the poll. Yeah.
We'll be in the poll over in the Showdown Friends and Family group tomorrow over on Facebook.
Mhm.
You can find it over there. So,
All
but
right.
yeah. So I guess I'm up first.
You're up first with Sir Elton versus Lincoln Park.
Ooh.
Well, if Elton John was going up against anybody else, I'd vote Elton. But Lincoln Park was number 2 on my list, and so I got to go Lincoln Park. Billy?
Elton John.
Yeah. Steven?
Hold me closer, tiny dancer, Elton John.
Yep. Jacob?
I would not have been upset if Elton John lost to Linkin Park, but I'm so happy Elton John is moving on.
Ooh. Well, Austin? What do you
Elton
think?
John.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Lincoln Park.
It kind of
I
hurts
was
my
legitimately
It
concerned.
hurts me. Hey, it hurts me too.
yeah, it hurts my heart, but even so, Elton John. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, but next up we got Hans Zimmer hanging in there as probably the lone composer going against the Dolly Rots. Interesting.
Well,
Would've thought.
he's had a good run.
Yeah. Well, Billy, you're up first. Then.
Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
All right. Steven?
Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Jacob?
No, guys, let's get the Dolly Rots in the poll.
Right. Sure. Austin?
Dolly Rots. Let's
Yeah.
get him in. But
I'm
George's
gonna go
not gonna
Han.
go for him. So yeah, I know.
No, I gotta go
know.
Hans Zimmer. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I
For
know.
sure. Sorry.
I tried. That would have been fun though. Who's that? What? Who?
But
The Dolly Rots made it over AC/DC.
Yeah, Dolly Rots made it over AC. I mean, I'm happy because they're a favorite band of mine, but like, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
I'm still not happy
But
about
Austin-
AC/DC. Yeah.
You introduced me to a really cool new band that I'm probably gonna add to a lot of my playlists though. with the
Dolly Rots are a lot of fun, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously, they're
Yeah, they're,
so
like,
much
super
fun.
solid.
Go listen to them. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, but we have Panic at the Disco going up against Queen. So
Oh.
and it's Steven, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, who you got?
Queen.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, you got to go with the original version, the Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got to
Greatest
go
song
with the original.
ever.
Not the cover, but by Panic. Austin?
Yeah. Queen by a mile on this one. Queen.
Yeah, Queen, but like maybe not so far by a mile from me. But I'm gonna still vote Queen. Billy?
Queen. I think it's the
Yeah.
only unanimous vote.
Queen
Yeah, right.
Sweep.
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean,
It's
Queen
the Queen
Sweep.
Sweep.
Sorry.
Yep, Queen Sweep. All right.
We
So,
and you know what? We've only had I'm looking back at my thing. We've only had 3 clean sweeps, including that one.
Yeah, right.
The whole time.
Crazy.
So it's been pretty contentious the whole time. Yeah. Music is subjective.
We got a couple opposites here. Rob Zombie against Michael Jackson.
Oh
go.
boy.
So,
Jacob?
Jake.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Austin?
Rob Zombie. I'm a Halloween guy.
Yeah. I got to go Michael Jackson. Sorry. Billy?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Steven?
Michael Jackson.
Yep. Michael Jackson it is. It's moving on. So, but up next we got Blink-182 going up against the Ramones. Ooh, that's kind of a cool matchup.
A band,
Sure it is.
the original, and a band that was definitely influenced by them.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
I'm up first. I'll go with the OGs. I'll go with the Ramones.
Man, this one's so tough because like I have so much love for both of these bands, but I think I got to go Blink-182 though. So, Billy?
Blink 182.
Steven?
Ramones.
Oh, Jacob.
You got the tiebreaker, Jacob. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to go with Blink-182. They were on my list.
Yep. So the Blink-182 moves on. Surpasses the
I'm gonna end up
Ramones.
with-
But
I'm gonna end up with no one on my
list.
list.
Oh
Yeah.
shoot! Yeah.
None of my picks are going to end up in the damn thing. Shit.
Well,
Well,
whoop! Shoulda, woulda, coulda. I guess. Yeah. But
I take it back. One might.
yeah. You still have the Wu-Tang going against Metallica.
Oh,
so.
fuck.
So-
Aren't these both your picks?
Yeah.
You'll have one.
Yeah. I have
You're
one,
gonna get
but that's it.
Yeah.
Just one.
but I'm up first.
Jordan's up first. Yeah.
This one's actually legitimately tough for me. Like, man, like, shoot, like, I don't know. Like, I actually feel like I got to go Wu-Tang on this, surprisingly. So yeah. Billy?
Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah. Steven?
Metallica.
Yeah. Jacob?
Part of me wants to leave it up to Austin,
Yeah.
You can
Sure.
do it.
but
Good.
I gave them theirs. I gave the spite vote, and I can't do it anymore. I'm voting Wu-Tang.
Yeah. Well, Austin. Which
No,
one would
it
you
is.
have a headwind for? Yep.
It's Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang Clan. All right. Sounds
Wu-Tang.
good. Yeah. So moving on, we have My Chemical Romance going up against Eminem. All right.
Mm.
So, Billy, you're up
That's
first.
My Chemical Romance, but not ACD. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey,
Get out of here. Get
you
out
know
of
what's
here.
going to make it worse? I'm going to choose
Come on.
Eminem, the thing that beat AC/DC.
Yeah. Right. That beat him.
As much as this
Chemical
pains
Romance,
me, because my
it-
MCR heart.
It's legit. Yeah. But
Yeah,
Steven?
legit.
Eminem.
yeah. Jacob?
After thinking none of my picks would make it out of the first round, I now have half of the Elite Eight. I'm going Eminem.
Wow.
You're going what?
Austin?
Eminem.
What'd you say? Eminem. Okay. I can hear you. Yeah, fucking Eminem. I don't like My Chemical Romance that much. They're okay. But,
Yeah.
Understand. I understand. They're not for everyone.
Yeah.
mhm.
I'm a huge My Chemical Romance fan. They're on my list, but I gotta go with Eminem. They're number 5, and like My Chemical Romance was number 10. So I'm gonna go Eminem.
Ooh, I had him one spot higher than you.
Yeah, right. So you got to claim him. Yeah, yeah. But that'll be the end. So this is the Elite Eight. All right, got him here. So
Ooh, I just realized we have Eminem.
Go get some
versus
picks.
Wu-Tang.
oh,
Yeah.
Holy, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But coming up first, though, we're gonna have Elton John versus Tupac. So who's up first? Is it Billy?
Is it? No,
It is
chose first last
Steven.
time. It was
Steven.
Oh,
Steven. Yeah.
All right, Steven.
Elton John.
All right, Jacob,
Yeah, I'm gonna go Elton John here.
Austin.
Tupac.
I'm gonna go Tupac. Billy.
I'm gonna go Elton John.
Ooh, by
all
there.
right,
Elton
well,
John takes it.
By a sliver of a hair, Elton John. We're
Mhm.
moving on to the final 4. All right.
Mhm.
We have Hans Zimmer up next, going up against Queen.
Oh.
Man, Queen is just such a juggernaut.
Ooh.
So,
Yeah.
Jacob,
Jacob.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Queen.
Austin.
Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round. Queen.
Yep. True. So I'm gonna go Queen. Billy,
Queen.
Steven?
Yeah, Queen deserves to go forward, but I'm still going to show some love to Hans Zimmer.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. But
fair. And
but
again,
Queen's-
Queen's I
moving
guess
on.
Queen is
All
just a
right.
universal band. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
right.
awesome. I saw them live with the guy who's from Bad Company that was singing with them for a while. I forget the guy's name, but I saw them in concert with him. But it was cool when they did Bohemian. Just a quick story: when they did Bohemian Rhapsody, they just did like this mashup where they had video of Freddie Mercury doing it from like a live show, but they were playing it live, but he was doing the singing like via video.
Oh, nice.
So it's kind of cool. So they let him have
That's
that
cool.
as like a tribute.
Yeah.
So it's pretty
Nice.
cool.
Well,
Mhm.
we have Michael Jackson going up against Blink-182.
Blink-182.
Totally like opposites.
Yeah, I'm up first. Michael Jackson.
Yeah, for as much love that I have for Blink-182, I got to go Michael Jackson. Yeah. Billy,
Michael Jackson.
Steven?
MJ.
Yeah. Jacob?
Just because I don't want them to get clean swept. Clean sweep.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna go for Blink 182.
Okay.
Just to avoid the clean
All
sweep.
right. Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yep.
All right, MJ's moving on.
That makes it. But then we go Wu-Tang versus Eminem here. So this one's
Oh
might be
man,
tough for some people.
arguably the greatest rapper of all time versus arguably in conversation the greatest rap group of all time. Man, that's
Yeah. Oh man,
tough.
yeah, it's tough. So who's up first?
Jordan's up first.
Oh
yeah.
man. Oh, this is tough. Yeah. Yeah. I think that I got to give it to Eminem because at the end of the day, I think Eminem could probably out rap anyone from the Wu-Tang. So I gotta go with Eminem. Billy.
Wu-Tang Clan.
All right. Steven?
Eminem.
Yeah. All right.
Jacob.
Yeah, I gotta go Eminem.
Yep.
I'm happy they made it to the poll, but I would have voted for Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But Eminem, just by a fraction of a hair. So.
Yeah, final four.
Yeah, that's the final
Now
four.
this-
All right.
All right.
Well, that's
Final four.
actually a pretty deep. I think that's actually a really good top four.
That's a very diverse.
I love
Yeah,
this
final four.
Same,
Yeah, so we got
I love it.
classic singer-songwriter from like the 70s, 80s, 80s, and we got a great kind of classic
Hip-hop
rock singing group. Yeah, we got a top rapper and then the
80s
king
rock.
of pop. Yeah, and then the king of pop. So
All-time King of Pop.
yeah, we
solid.
got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
These
So,
are
everything.
legitimately tough for me.
yep.
Mhm.
Oh man, that first
Well,
match.
Billy's
These are all
up
four of my
first.
picks, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. First is Billy. So
Billy's up first with Sir Elton versus Queen. So
Versus
Freddie
Queen.
Mercury and Elton John, basically. Yeah,
yeah, who you
Two of the
got?
greatest.
Okay,
Mhm.
just a quick note.
Kind of
While Elton John had the better biopic, I'm gonna pick Queen because I think it's the better band.
Yeah.
Mhm.
God, I
Steven?
hate Bohemian Rhapsody, the movie.
Elton John by a hair.
Yeah. Jacob?
Jacob, you still with us? Did you have a heart attack already?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Elton John.
He fainted because of the matchup. Right?
Elton John.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, I'm just a slightly bigger fan of Queen, so I'm going to put it to Jordan on this one.
Yeah, and I'm a slightly bigger fan of Queen too, so I got to go with Queen. Yeah. Queen is moving
that's
on.
One of those times where I wouldn't mind whichever one.
Yeah, whoever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now we have Eminem going up against Michael Jackson, so this one might be tough for some people, maybe not for others, but we'll see.
Mhm.
So
Steven.
Yep,
Yeah.
first.
Mhm.
I'll go with Eminem.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Eminem also.
Yeah. Austin.
He still knocked out AC/DC, so out of spite, I'm going to go Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Well, now it just comes down to some nitpicky things. So, like, just because of my personal thoughts about Michael Jackson, I'm gonna pick Eminem. So,
I was gonna pick
Billy?
Michael Jackson.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, with that,
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
we have our final: the Queen
Queen versus Eminem.
Eminem. Yeah.
And it's funny,
Good
we
as
could have
Eminem.
had Eminem versus Elton, who remember he did that famous collaboration at the award show
did.
with Stan.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
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 Oh, Stan. Yeah.
That was a very famous moment.
Once I saw this Final Four, I was hoping that's where it would go.
Yeah, right.
Look,
Would have been interesting. But yeah, we've got Queen and Eminem. So yeah, it's two very different but very
it depends
iconic
what you're more of a fan of, like
artists. Yeah.
classic
Rap
rock
or classic rock.
or rap. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
All right, Jacob's up first on this one, Queen
Jacob.
and Eminem.
Oh no,
There you
I'm not.
yes. Yep, you are. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want to be. Man, just based off what I said earlier about the fact that Eminem did have some misses, and I don't think Queen has had any misses. By this much,
Yeah.
this right here,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with Queen.
Yeah. Well, Austin, who you got?
Mine will just come down to I've seen Queen live. I haven't seen Eminem live. Queen.
Yeah, but like, don't you want to see Eminem live?
Yeah,
Like
but his is probably
in
way more
anticipation?
expensive to see.
Yeah,
Probably way more expensive.
probably.
Queen I
so.
saw for like $40 at an arena. It was great.
Yeah, one of my friends went and saw Eminem and Rihanna over in the Rose Bowl in California, and
Mhm.
like she paid like $150 to like see it,
Mm,
and like that was for like mid-level seats, wasn't even for good seats. So,
mhm. Yeah.
but yeah, I got to go with Queen just because they've been solid all the way through it. Eminem's been solid most of the way through, but like maybe had like 3 or 4 misses here and there. So,
Mhm.
Billy,
Queen.
yep,
They're the champions.
Steven?
Steven.
I'm sorry, Mama. I never meant to hurt you, and I never meant to make you cry. But I'm voting for Queen.
Yep. All right.
And oddly enough,
Okay.
in the finale, we get a clean sweep for the champions. They are the champions. The Queen.
Gotta clean,
Mhm.
gotta clean out the closet, and inside the closet is Queen.
And they will, and Queen will rock you, Eminem, and they will stomp you out of this tournament. A clean sweep.
We're the
Oddly
champions,
enough,
my
it doesn't
friend.
feel so empty without him.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, Queen is
Mhm.
a heavy favorite for most people, I feel like. So, yep. So
Mhm.
it's very, very fitting. So yeah, that was a lot of fun, guys. So
All right.
just to see what kind of music taste that y'all have, and then also learning about a few new bands. So yeah, it was a good time. So yeah, we just take one more look at the tournament to see how massive it actually is. So that's it. So we made it through. And certainly not our longest episode, but by a long
What's
shot,
that?
we're like about an hour short of our longest episode. So
Mhm.
yeah. So, but anyways, yeah, that'll do it for us. So yeah, we'll have the top 8 in the poll over in the Showdown Friends and Family group over on Facebook. That should be there tomorrow. And yeah, we'll just go around the horn, and you can just tell us where we can find you. And if you have anything you want to promote, you can go for it. So we'll start with Billy. Where can we find you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Master of Puns 196. Every word starts with a capital letter. You can also follow me on Instagram at Billy Batson's Lightning. Nothing is capitalized. I also do a podcast called See You Next Summer. You can follow that Twitter at SYNS Pod. And just listen to us on Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever podcasts are listened to. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just hit me up.
Nice. And Steven, where can we find you?
Twitter at Stephen A. Shepard, Letterboxd with S Shepard 82, Instagram Shepard Stephen, and on Facebook.
Cool. Jacob, where can we find you?
I'm around.
Yeah, he's around.
Yep, he's always
He's
around. Yeah. All right. Well, Austin,
He's around on
you wanna-
about every third one of our shows, so you can find him.
right.
You can just tune in about 1 out of every 3 shows.
He's like an unofficial member of the
Same with Steven. Same with Steven.
Yeah.
He's about 1 every 3 shows. Steven pops in.
Yeah, they're like unofficial members of Movie Hero, kind of. But
Mhm.
but yeah, do you have anything you want to promote, Austin?
We're doing our best to get to it. I know we've been talking about doing our Life from Movie Hero tribute to Norm Macdonald. We're going to get to it as soon as we can. It's just kind of lining up our work schedules and working around these shows. So we're going to get to it as soon as possible. We're just kind of putting together some of our favorite stuff too. We want to do it justice. So it's like Jordan and I we're trying to write down some of our favorite jokes, some of our favorite appearances. So we want to do it right. Like we don't want to rush it. Because we want to pay tribute to one of the greats. So we're going to do that. And then, and then just that and Movie Hero 2121 on Twitter. And obviously you can find us in the Showdown Friends Family Facebook group. And I'm sure Jordan will tell you about we had a very unique show tonight, venturing out of the movie realm, with this show. And we're going to do the same thing on Friday. And I'm sure Jordan will tell you all about that for our next tournament.
Yeah. So for a tournament fights coming up Friday, we got another tournament fights that's going to be the best chain restaurant. So we actually have a couple open spots. So like if anyone's interested in talking about some chain restaurants, something that's also kind of off the beaten path, you're definitely welcome to join. I think we're gonna have Steven on the episode because he works at a chain restaurant, so like that'll be fun to have him. So, but yeah, and then we also have coming up. We're going to be doing our 70s horror movie show coming up Tuesday. So we've got a pretty stacked cast. We're gonna have Mark Edward Hoyt. We're gonna have Adam Collins. We're gonna have William Bibiani and Andres Gallegos on. So there'll be a pretty stacked cast for that one. And then that next Friday we got another horror one coming up because of October. We're doing a bunch of horror episodes. We're gonna be doing best horror movie sequels. So if anyone's interested in getting in on some horror movie sequels where we just talk about like the difference between like Nightmare 3 Dream Warriors versus Nightmare 5 The Dream Child, or like the difference between like different things like that, we're gonna get
because that's gonna be a tournament fight. So we're gonna put like all these franchise sequels and all these crazy sequels just in the random tournament. And like, so the idea is that we need horror fans who know the difference between like the Friday sequels and the Halloween sequels, things that. So because Jordan's gonna be more the casual.
Yeah, right. I'm not
mostly
yeah.
I know some about horror, but not a lot.
Yeah, he knows some, but we want to get some hardcore fans that like aren't just guessing, that actually like know the movies pretty well and can have a little fun with that and see what sequel comes out on top. It'll be a lot of fun because it's going to be fun I wanted to do this one to put literally put all those sequels like in some kind of tournament. It's just fun. Every Texas Chainsaw, every Halloween, all that stuff.
Yeah, I was just saying I definitely prefer most of the Halloween sequels to the Friday the 13th sequels.
It
depends for me. It depends.
It's a matter of like personal opinion, like the other. It just depends.
Mm-hmm.
But then, just a couple other quick ones. We're also going to be doing on October 5th. We're going to be doing best title characters from a horror movie. So we're going to take the top 64 most popular characters from any and all horror movies. We're going to throw them into the tournament fights, and then we're also doing an episode the next Tuesday. It's going to be Malcolm Lade's top 64 movies of all time. So he submitted me a list of his favorite 64 movies, and we're going to break it down in the tournament fight. So that should be a lot of fun.
Well, Malcolm, I know your taste is all over the damn place, so I can't wait to see that 64. It's like when we did Chris Scott's. I have no idea what's going to be on that damn list, so I'm excited.
I just see that list.
Yeah, right.
But if anyone's interested in being on any of those episodes, we got a few open spots, so just hit me up and let me know. The only one that's 100% filled is a 70s horror one, but beyond that, like if you hear anything that you like, just DM me and you can get on the episode. So, but anyways, this has been a fun time. So thanks again for sticking it out through the marathon of all these bands. It's a lot of fun. So we'll see what everyone thinks of our musical taste in the poll tomorrow. So that should be fun. So yeah, but that'll do it for us. So for Billy, for Steven, for Jacob, for Austin,
justice for AC/DC.
Yeah, right. I've been Jordan Movie Hero Anderson, and we will see you next time.